Hey everybody, how are you? Sorry about all the short notice with everything, but apparently Marty needs a little bit of a snow day, and I was waiting for his stream to come on, and then realized, yeah, he's in Tennessee, and they're getting ready for a heck of a storm. My aunt and uncle are in Brentwood, Tennessee, so not far from where Marty is, and so I was just like, well, you know what? I've got a little time to kill, and let's pop on here and see if we just can't fill in a little bit of the time and just sit back and relax and chat with everybody here in stream. Normally, at this time of day on a Friday, I'm at work, but due to circumstances, and we don't have snow here in Las Vegas. However, um, we have a pause going on, and people know I work for the school district, and due to COVID, and so they basically closed the schools starting today until Tuesday. I go back Wednesday. So they're trying to get it under control within the schools here as far as everything going on. So I got a little bit of a break. And so normally, like I said, I'm not here and I miss Marty's stream and other people's stream. And so I just thought, well, you know what? Down there in Tennessee, I guess they're getting ready for a snow day. Oh, hey, Top Shelf Dustin. And Whiskey Lover Society totally understand. Mr. Whiskey Shits, cheers, brother. Just sitting here, just kind of holding it down a little bit. Anybody want to pop on? I already posted the link up there. I just did a quick pour of a little Glenfiddich right now, just starting off with that. Don't know where I'll go, if I'll stick with Scotch, if I'll go with bourbon. Not sure. Hey, Alex, cheers. Dude, they'll send anybody a t-shirt. Anybody, particularly in Canada. I saw that them posts. I'm like, oh my gosh, they sent him a shirt too? Lord, 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 Lord. I mean, they'll send them to anybody. All you got to do is just ask. That's for sure. But like I said, starting out with a little Glenfiddich today, and got that right here in a little rocks glass as I was setting up. Actually, I was chatting with other people when I realized, well, you know what? Marty's not going to be here, so I might as well just you know, pop on and spend a little time, have a drink, and see what's going on with everybody else. Is anybody else having a pour today? I don't know what's going on in your world. Like I said, I'm just normally not floating around here at this time of day, but it's good to see everybody that has shown up and decided, what the heck, let's just sit here and see what's going on. I know Friday at Fred's is getting underway, so I'm sure Doug and them will pop in here shortly as soon as they realize what's going on, without a doubt. I don't know if you're home yet, Alex, or not, or if you're still at work, or what's going on with you, but like I said, I got the link up in chat. If you want to pop on for a little bit, feel free, but I'm going to finish this drop. Let me know if you guys have anything in your glass. But I did pick up a few things that I haven't popped yet. I'll show you guys here in a minute. Let me just finish this little bit of Glenfiddich up. That's good. Yes, some of you know I've been on a Scotch kick lately, particularly the peated Scotches. But I just grabbed this because it was here, the Glenfiddich, and before I realized that I was even going to do this stream, I thought, well, I'll have a little Scotch here before I get going. Slapshot, what's up, brother? How are you? Nice to see you. If you got some time, I've already, like I said, I told people that's on here, I've already got the link posted up for the stream if you want to join for a little bit. Uh-huh. See what happens when you get into them government controlled positions. I thought you thought Ben the Demon Hunter was being funny without some of those rules. Uh-huh. Hold on. I knew that there'd be my Utah contingent come in. I knew it. What's up?
What's up,
How
buddy?
are you?
How you doing, man?
I'm fine. I'm enjoying my 5-day pause here in Vegas.
Yeah, that's kind of a little break for you, huh?
Well, yeah. Normally, Marty's holding it down, doing his thing on Fridays, and I'm at work. And so normally I'm not even, I never can't even make his stream. So today I was like, oh man, I want to make his stream. I want to come on there. And then I saw it was postponed and, snow day. And I'm like, oh, dude. Yeah, I forgot about that. I even talked to my aunt today down in Nashville. And she says, yeah, we're going to get some snow and blah, 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 blah. And so people are getting ready. And, they're talking about, hey, if you don't have to go anywhere after a certain time, do this, do that. Hey, that's why I don't live on the East Coast anymore.
Exactly.
I went out today. I checked the driveway and the sidewalks. I shoveled the sunshine off. So we're all good. Really, I just needed the broom. So I broomed it all off. The cars were clean, ready to go. I'm in a t-shirt, what can I say?
I actually got that shirt today as well.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So I'm not wearing that. I'm wearing Cheech's Children of the Corn Whiskey Encore.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think Charles was talking about my shirt on there. Maybe he's talking about yours.
Probably move this a little bit. I bumped it earlier and don't have it in there. Hey, Doug, I knew you'd be here. I knew it.
Yeah, Friday at Fred's, boys. If you want to hop on, jump on.
That's what I told them. I posted the link. It's up there. And I threw it out there on Instagram just so.
Sounds like they're dealing with weather too, though.
They are. I think so. I think whatever it is coming, but I think they're not going to be as bad. But for them, where he is in New Orleans, that they get any type of cold weather or sleet and stuff like that. It's just not good. Yeah, it's all bad for them. It's all bad for them. But anyway, picked up
You got another live scheduled, or is this it?
Well, today this is impromptu.
Yeah.
But Sunday I'm going to do one just before I pop over to you guys because we're still going to do that review, right?
So we're probably going to do it next week, actually.
Okay.
So I need to get a sample from Mike beforehand because I want him to be part of it too.
No, that's fine because I'm like, if you tell me yes, then I have to pop that other one today so I can get used to the profile to see what the change is. The other one, I'm not going to give it up to everyone. They'll have to tune in next Sunday, a week from Sunday, to find out. But anyway, so I picked up something here this week. I couldn't resist it.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. So I picked that up. I was weak. And then, hold on. I just have to.
Nice.
Yes, it happens.
Deep diving in that Scotch, aren't you?
Well, yeah. Yep. Because you know what? The Coy Hill and other things are just not here. This
too unobtainable, right?
It's just not obtainable. So I turn around and there is a whole wall of Scotch. You know what I'm saying?
I get that, man.
Of Scotch. Hey, we have a special guest. I'm going to give them another second to figure this out while they get situated, because I can see them now like, okay, yeah, it's working. So they're getting situated and let them get their drink in their hand, because, when you get these people to pop on at them, you've made it. And I know you understand when you see who it is, because you're going to be like, damn.
It's got to be Mike Stahl. That's my guess.
Okay, well, you're close. I mean, if he would actually pop on, I'd fall over.
It'd be like Elvis.
But I'm just telling you right now, these guys that are on, they're like nationally known. So here we go. Bam.
Oh, yeah. Guys. Boys, how you doing?
Anthony, how y'all doing?
No, we're not that special.
Yeah, we're not that special.
Adam will tell you, you're special.
Friday nights, you guys are special as it is. For sure.
Without a doubt, you guys are special.
So
We
how's
mean
everybody
that in a
doing?
good way.
Well, that's
Doing
what my
great.
wife tells me all the time. I'm special.
Well,
How
we
you
know.
guys
We
doing? You got
mean
some
that.
weather going on, or what's happening?
Yeah, tell us what's going on
I
down
think
there.
we will get some
Yeah, later
Sunday.
on Sunday, starts starts late tomorrow, and that front's coming through, and it's going to get nippy down here. You know,
We might get into the 40s.
Yeah, we're getting to the 40s.
Ooh, you got
It's
it
cold,
rough
right?
there.
Yeah, Adam, you don't know about cold weather, right? You
Nope,
Hey,
not at all.
them 40s. I hear you, Doug. That's cold
gonna be
stuff
freezing.
here in Vegas. Man, we got the furnace running when it's 40 degrees. We're thinking about starting to break the furniture up and build a fire.
what everybody's drinking.
Well, I was going to ask you, what did you guys start off with? Because I started off.
We got all kind of stuff. What did we start with?
Oh, you started with a Glenfiddich. Okay.
Oh, a little
Scotch.
Scotch. All right.
Yeah, I've done started already, so I'm already to the full proof.
There you go.
Right. We might have to break. I almost brung on Redemption's 10 years, but I left it at my house.
Ooh, it's a good
High
one.
You see
rye
what happened?
bourbon. Yeah, that's a nice one.
that's
But
My number one last year.
we started with just a little. First, we started with just a little Remus. Straight
Store pick
bourbon.
or just regular?
No, it's just a regular Remus. It was okay.
Okay,
Really
I love their
light,
store picks,
sweet.
man.
Right.
Their store
And then we
picks
went
are
on
their
to,
store picks are really good.
Let's see here. Let's see.
Oh, which one is that? Oh, is that the
That is the Lost
Lost Monarch?
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Nice.
Well, wait a minute. Okay, you guys got the Remus. He's got foolproof. I can go Sweet Wheat. I can do Redwood Empire.
They got Redwood Empire too. They got Redwood
we got the
Empire and
Lost
Lost
Monarch.
Monarch also.
I got that too.
I'm
Go
gonna
there.
go grab for 1792 in a minute.
I get it.
Fred's gonna grab
Okay,
it.
well, what are you gonna go? 1792? Or are
Yeah,
you gonna
we'll
do
go there.
Redwood
We can go
Empire? Or,
Everybody's got a 1792. That's what Adam's drinking right now.
I've got that one that he's got. I've got Sweet Wheat. I've got.
It's all good. It's all
Yeah.
good.
I
it's
got
all
a
good.
Sweet Wheat, but that's by my house right now.
Well,
I'm at
what do
Fred,
you-
so
I got 12-year 1792. You just tell me.
we got a foolproof.
I think you're on a 12-year or a Sweet Wheat level right now, Anthony.
I'm gonna go with
1792.
Sweet Wheat since I'm. And then I'll pour a little.
Yeah, you're running this thing. We need you to stay sober enough to.
Well, I'm gonna go in here in a little bit. So,
There you go.
but so I'm gonna
That
grab
Sweet
the
Wheat's
Sweet
good,
Wheat.
man. I really like that. Sweet Wheat.
Oh, this is pretty darn good for a first. Well, okay, it's not my first pour, but well,
All right, so what time is it right now? We 20 minutes to 5 right now.
Yeah, we're 20 to 4.
yep, I'm 2:36 in the afternoon. Yep. So this is just fine. Get a little something in the glass here.
Oh man.
Huh?
Hey, Anthony, I heard that store might have also got an Eagle Rare pick. That store, they got that Buffalo Trace pick.
The one down south, or the one here by me.
The one by you.
Okay, I was there a couple days ago, and
Let me tell
Keep
you.
an eye out. I literally just saw it on
Okay.
Instagram today.
because I saw that they finally put out another one that you and I are both familiar with. It's on their website.
Look for that Eagle Rare too.
Okay, but like I said, it must have popped in.
If you
Let's
can get a
do another
backup,
Friday.
if
You
you can
stick
get,
with
if
us.
you can get two.
We'll get you
let me know.
straight.
Yeah, if you can
We'll
get two,
you
let me
straight
know.
on.
'Cause I never see those. You guys get a lot of picks around you, Fred and Doug?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they got a little store right close to us that just a little hole in the wall,
yeah.
cigarette, and
We got a little High
You know,
West
beer?
finishing brandy.
They do some pretty good picks though.
Yeah, this was actually this was that High West was really nice, and this 1792
Yeah,
foolproof, the store pick was nice also.
nice. So that High West brandy, so that's interesting. That's a double rye, right?
Yes. That is a
So
double.
brandy, that's one of the finishes on the seagrass, on the barrel
But the
seagrass.
Seagrass got all kind of finish on that.
Yeah, it's got three different finishes, but one of them's apple brandy or something like that. Like that's
That's
an
just
awesome
a unique bottle to me. That Seagrass. And we see Seagrass everywhere around here.
Yeah, it's all over.
Yeah, I got my bottle now, so I'm happy. What's up, Zach? Put it in chat.
Yeah, I just saw that. I just saw Zach pop in there. Cheers, man. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping over. We're just holding the fort down for Marty while he's trying to keep the keep his people safe over there. You know, he's just doing his thing.
Trying to keep the power on.
Yeah. Yep. But you know what, Adam? Good call on the sweet wheat after the Glenfiddich. Yep. That's hitting the spot. I mean, the flavors go real well because sometimes when you go from Scotch and you jump to bourbon, it's like, nope, that was a good one.
Yeah, we did that last week with Marty. He had his Scotch night or whatever, and we drank Scotch until Marty went off, and then we went to bourbon the rest of the night. And yeah, it was a long night.
Well, we did a little Ardbeg 10 and a little Oogie Dow, and what else we had? A little peated Scotch, actually.
We had all kinds of stuff.
So last week I did one with Jim, pinch hitter, and we did this one because he had an unopened bottle. And if you guys can find this,
Scarabus.
the Scarabus,
Yeah.
it's a peated Scotch. It's 46 ABV.
Okay.
It is a hitter, and out here it's only $35.
What's up, Deathless Dogs? Cheers, man.
It's a hitter. Hey, Deathless Dogs. The link's posted, brother. So if you want to pop on, go ahead. But anyway, so I did that. I tasted it with the Ardbeg 10, the Lagavulin 16, and of course the Lagavulin Offerman edition. So, and it held its own. It really did. That Scarabus held its own as far as taste, complexity. It's non-age stated. You don't know where they get the distillate from or anything like that. But if you can find that, put it on your shelf.
It's a shame
because
I saw that bottle last year, one of those types with the and I passed on it, and then I went back to get it, and it was gone. The 8-year Lagavulin.
Oh, which one on the Lagavulin?
The similar to what you have. I don't know if it's exactly the same one, but it was one of those. What's that 8-year you have right there?
No, it's 11 and 16.
11 and 16. Okay, no, maybe it wasn't the same then.
Yeah.
Now we see Lagavulin 16 all the time around here. That's actually was my first peated Scotch I ever had was that bottle.
Well, I tell you what. Everybody knows my first peated Scotch experience was the Ardbeg Pirate. And I wanted to drag my tongue across the tile floor for about a half hour after I had that because it was nothing but medicinal iodine and Band-Aids.
Yeah, if you can't get past that first initial shock with a peated Scotch, you really won't enjoy it, I think.
Hey, let me just say, it was effing horrible. Okay? All right. So, fast forward a couple weeks, I went to another event at the liquor store here. Adam and I know it well. And they had actual Ardbeg there. So they had the majority of their expressions open. So the guy's giving me the pitch, and I put my hand up and just basically said, look, you're not getting me to drink that shit again. I go, this was what happened. He goes, well, first of all, I can appreciate that, but you went the wrong way. He said, this is where you need to go. This is where you need to be. And he poured me the Wee Beastie. And so I drank that. And I'm like, wow, that was pretty good. So then go forward a couple of weeks. I picked up a High West double rye finished in peated Scotch barrels. So I kind of had that taste for peat because it didn't offend me. And I thought, well, this can't be too bad because it's finished in a peated Scotch barrel. So it will not get that much peat. It'd be just light. I poured that thing and let it open up for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, give or take. All right. And oh my gosh, was that good. So that set the hook. So then I'm at one of my favorite shops. And again, I always say Adam knows which one. And they had the Lagavulin Offerman edition there for 2021. And he gave me a pour. And it was fabulous. So I bought the second to the last bottle they had, come home, had a few more pours. Sunday,
Went
ended up
back and
going
got
back
the
and buying the last bottle they had. So I have a backup. And then that just started the peated Scotch spiral.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah. And so now, listening to Whiskey Lovers Society, if you've watched any of his recent videos, he's got some good budget-friendly Scotches. And so that got my little pea brain going. And then I found that Scarabus. So then, of course, I've got to look at it and see what it's like. So there were a few other people that had reviewed it and said it holds its own. So of course, for $35, I went and bought that bottle, and then that just sent me, because it truly, that peat, that smoke with the sweetness is just wonderful.
Yeah, if you can pick up the sweetness, in the peated Scotch, you're going to enjoy it. If you don't, as when people would say, "Oh, this is horrible," well, they can't really enjoy it, appreciate the peated type of whiskey that the Scotch is, whatever. Right.
Hey, Scott, cheers. Thanks for popping on. But you're right. You're absolutely right. And that's what I did not get with the Ardbeg until about the third or fourth sip, but I couldn't take it anymore. You know, it was like, boom, and I got rid of it. And so I was against
got that ashtray or that whatever most people get in the beginning.
You know, Doug, Fred, it was just horrible. It was just horrible.
To get that iodine, that band, like you said, a Band-Aid. Now, that's our neighbor who comes over on Fridays every once in a while if he's not working. He had the peat last week, and he just, like I say, it hit some people.
He don't like it.
He don't like it. He couldn't take it.
And
we got a guy who's coming tonight he actually is a Scotch, loves Scotch, right? They don't like peated Scotch.
Wow. Well, you either do or you don't. And, you know, if you've had a bad experience, that happens.
Right.
Understood, Adam.
See, now, Fred and I, we drink anything, so we're not particular.
We're not particular.
Well, because your palate has expanded over the years to, oh, that's what you're serving? Fine, I'll drink it. Yeah, I got you. I'm like you. You know, I can pretty much do anything. But
if you can find a bottle of Scotch, like you said, for $35, you're doing great.
Because Scotch is pretty pricey, right, compared to bourbon.
It is.
If you can find a Scotch that you like for $35, that's a good deal.
It is. Bourbon Baller, what is up? What is up? You know what, Scott? I didn't get too many of the chocolate note out of the 11. Or excuse me, the 11 I did because it's finished in the Guinness cask. Okay. So I did get a slight hint of that chocolate note from that particular expression. The 16, I haven't had enough yet to fully get all the notes that I can out of it. So I'm planning on that the next couple of days. I know I'm planning my drinking. I know it sounds bad, but you know, you've got to space this out. But I'm really enjoying it right now. But what I'm getting at is Whiskey Lovers Society has been doing these videos on this stuff, and he makes some good points because, you know, if you can find something $50 or less and it's good and it's available,
right?
That's the thing. You know, there are some very good bourbons at $50, $60, you know, that are a nice price, but they're just not there because they're flying off the shelves. Right. But you turn around, all right, there's a Lagavulin Offerman for, let's just say, under $80. There's a Lagavulin 16 for under $80. Then you got the Ardbeg 10, again, under $80, so around $55, $60. Then you find the Scarabus for $35. Okay. And then you can pick a nice expression like this for less than $50. Or this is another good one. Sorry. The
Tomatin.
Yeah, the Tomatin. Yeah,
we got
12. Again, under $50.
With the 18.
It's
yeah,
like,
we got the 18.
it's like winner chicken dinner here,
Right.
people.
I think we just finished a bottle of Tomatin 18, which is very nice.
I'm thinking about getting that. I think here the 18 is.
It's about $100, $110 around us right now. It started going up.
It's not that high here. I'm going to say 70s.
Right. It was 90 something about 2 years ago. Then all of a sudden they changed the bottle, and then the prices started going up on it.
Hey, Scott, which Offerman edition is it? Is it the 2021 or is it the one before that? Let me know.
Okay.
But I mean, this is good. And speaking of highfalutin people, here's the next one.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Boom.
Hey, what's up, Dustin?
Hey.
I mean,
Hey, Dustin.
the man reviews Springbank 25. Come on, that's just like. So
Yeah.
is that the Jazz?
Yeah.
13 year?
Yeah, this one's finished in mezcal.
Lagavulin.
Yeah. And that's the Jazz, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that, but they still have the 2017 distillers and the 2021 distillers on the shelf.
Yeah, you will unfortunately never see one of these for sale because they are sold at the distillery exclusively.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I figured, because I did see something on that, and I don't know if you did it or somewhere else, but I saw something about that particular bottle.
We haven't done it yet. I literally got this in yesterday. As you can see, I opened it, but I've not exactly tried it yet.
Oh,
Oh, you went
Hey, Dustin.
nice to see you.
You like any Stranahan's single malt?
I've only had the basic malt, so I really can't comment on Stranahan's.
Okay. I'm going to send you a sample, and Anthony probably. It's a single malt store pick,
Oh, cool.
and it's 112.68 proof.
It's got some nice color to it.
Yeah,
It does.
it's really tasty. It's very raspberry to me, but
Hey,
Okay.
Dano, cheers.
delicious, man.
Pretty sweet. This has been such a long week. I've drank like one night this week.
I've got a thing, Doug.
Yeah.
Get a little folder over there.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be good.
Make sure you show it.
But
right side.
I saw
Oh,
some
just-
reviews on that particular one. I like the color.
Yeah, and actually, it's pretty good for a. I mean, I don't
It's
know what
dark.
with mezcal,
Yeah.
you know.
What are you guys pouring, Doug? Anything?
We're doing
Oh, we did.
1792, the store pick right now.
Okay. I finished mine. I'm gonna pour something else.
Look, I got a Christmas present from my son's girlfriend. Little Friday at Fred's on there.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
That's
I'll
awesome.
join you. I'll join you in a little bit in another Scotch. I'll get either the 11 or the 16 Lagavulin, and once I finish this sweet wheat.
Bourbon baller, never Knob Creek.
I'm like I was telling them earlier, and then I said to Scott, because he said the Offerman edition is just sitting on the shelf where he's at. I just need to know which one it is. Is it the 2021? Is it the 2020? You know,
I mean, if it's a black box, it's the newest one. If it's a brown box, it's the other.
mine is the newest. If
Yeah.
it's a brown box, it's last year's.
Yeah, it's not like you have to like read the label closely. It's black or brown.
No.
It's real obvious.
But I'd be interested in picking up
There you go,
last.
Doug. A little
Oh.
bit.
Those are good.
That one?
No, that's a barrel spring. That was a good one. That's a good bottle. That's the
So
one.
on Ken's stream a couple days ago,
Oh, yeah.
I think you were lurking in chat, Dustin. They had John, I think his name was Shutt, from Michter's on, and he is the vice president for distribution for international. And we were
I caught the beginning
we were
of that.
chatting with him about that particular about Michter's. So it was nice to hear what he has to say and talk about it. And one of the things he mentioned is you know, and this is my analogy of it, that the demand is there for them. However, they just went to 3 shifts You've never had that before. You know, they jumped to 2, which was a first. Now they've got 3 shifts. But he goes, we are not going to sacrifice the quality for quantity. And I said, okay. I said, well, that's been memorialized now on the annals of YouTube. But anyway, I'm going to finish this sweet wheat and I'll join you here in a few. But so as you know, Marty's busy working away, or this would be his time slot in here that he has. And I just thought I would pop in for an hour or so, have a couple of drops and chat. And then,
well, we're glad you did. We didn't know what to do.
Yeah, because you guys were waiting. I saw you guys said you're waiting. It took a second to sink in. Then Adam popped on, and I'm like, well, you know what? If some people are sitting around and want a reason to raise a glass and talk whiskey, and
that's it.
This is the place. This is the place. So why not? So I see it's the newest one. Okay, so I have 2 of those. I was just like, well, if it's last year's, what do they want for it? You know, I could Venmo you some money if it was Scott, but oh well. Because I'd be interested to have a bottle of that. But I don't know if you saw earlier, Dustin, I picked up.
I saw the Oban in the Log 12. Yeah, I got it pretty early.
Yeah, I haven't cracked those yet, but these are the cast strength, and this one's at 56.5 ABV. And what I was saying,
those are usually good. They had a couple years that I didn't really appreciate what they put out, but historically they've been so good.
So again, when I was talking to Ken and looked at a couple of other reviews and went online, and of course we all know taste is subjective, but the Oban and the is it Cardall 14, and then the Mortlach 13.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's saying thumbs up.
Yeah, I looked. I saw all of them. The only one I bought was the Talisker 8 this year.
I can't. They're out because someone else said if you could find the 8, for some reason that one went boom. It's good.
Yeah, I saw all of the cheap expressions that came out this year. I didn't see they had a 19-year. I can't remember the distillery, but they had a 19-year-old one that was about $300 that I didn't see. And then I haven't seen the Lagavulin 26-year-old, but I'm not buying that thing.
26.
It's like $1,900.
Jesus.
That's a sale, man. Retail MSRP in the States is $2,400 on that. And they put out 6,300 bottles. So they think there's $500,000 worth of demand for a 26-year-old whiskey that's at like 43%.
Thanks, Rob. Scott, thanks for the info. Yeah, it's not worth $150. Sorry. I agree with you.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, it's a little high.
Yeah.
He's on the run.
Hey, Rob.
Although I paid a small fortune for this Jazz Fest, so who might have spent on that?
It's a limited release, distillery only, so
yeah, you have to get it on secondary. That's the unfortunate reality is you're getting auction prices.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's distillery only, so I mean, there's no way to get it unless somebody picks it up at the distillery and ships it to you.
Yeah, so. You don't know anybody in Scotland right now? Okay.
Well, the thing is, even if you had a buddy pick you up one, for him to ship it versus having one of these big, global companies do it, it's going to cost him over $100 in shipping.
If I would have known now what I knew back in October when my sister and brother-in-law were at Macallan in Scotland, they were there for about a month. Not literally in that one distillery, but he went to Highland, Speyside. He did the tour. He was in them all, and he paid to have a lot of bottles shipped back. One of them in particular I want to try is one of those, the Macallan 25, the one that they don't import over here that's there. And he got a bottle of that.
Oh, look at that baby. Oh,
hey.
Oh, man.
Start him young.
To validate she's allowed here in this.
Somebody came to say hi.
Oh.
That's okay.
Yeah, she didn't get the memo. Over 21.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Say hi.
Look at that baby.
Look right here.
She's gonna have to stay on the patio.
She's adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Without
yeah.
a doubt.
She keeps you
Without a
busy.
doubt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I was like, oh yes.
Keep me busy, huh?
Yeah, busy is the word.
Understatement of the year.
Yeah, y'all two just met up, right? With Will O'Neill, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, me and Proman met him down there.
That's right. Nick was with you too. Okay.
Yep.
We got a bottle. Look, Will sent us a bottle.
Ooh, nice.
It's very, very good.
Yeah, did you see the bottle that we helped him get? So Liquor Lineup put out some bottles while we were there. They put out the Michter's Toasted Barrel, the new bourbon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So me and Nick bought that for Will O'Neill because he's hooked us up with bottles and he's an awesome member of the community. So.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a
doubt.
So yeah, he took that home. So he was pretty happy.
And they literally got the only bottle.
There was literally one that they put out. Yep.
And Adam's hand was like a fine-tuned.
I mean, if it wasn't Will getting it, Nick would have definitely took it. So
I would have taken it if I'd have just been 2 minutes earlier.
Yeah, you were just a little late. I was a
little late. I had to stop and change my shirt because I only live blocks from where one of the other places we met up. So I stopped home to change my shirt to the Livewire shirt.
Yep.
But oh man. Anyway, yeah, that was a find because that's one of the things I talked to John about from Mixtures that you just can't get this stuff. And if I was really thinking, because he says, well, Nevada gets a healthy allocation. I says, however, I'm not a casino, and that's who's getting first dibs on 5-6 cases or more of these particular expressions. So when it comes to getting it into the retail outlets, it's not happening. You know what I'm saying?
Or if it is,
yeah. Oh, there at the retail out or at the casinos. Oh yeah, you're paying through those. You'll pay $7-8 for a Miller Lite.
Jeez.
I won't, but you're paying $7 or $8 for a Miller Lite in a casino.
Right.
Yeah, but you got to remember. I mean, that's not a unique thing to Vegas. That's how it is in most parts of the country. They always over allocate towards bars and restaurants. And it kind of makes sense. I mean, more people get to try a whiskey if it goes to a bar or a restaurant.
Right. But people like us who, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to come here and drink with Friday at Fred's, Livewire whiskey, top shelf, sit right here.
Oh, I'm with you, man. But that's been the business model for 20 plus years. It's not changing.
I mean, I'd see pallets of stuff come in. When I say pallets of stuff just roll in, particularly before a particular event, a holiday or something like that. Oh yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, I've been in the back of a few of the liquor stores here in Ohio, and the liquor stores here are the ones who actually sell to the restaurants, and they get it all comes in separate. Like there's the stuff they're allowed to sell, and there's the stuff they have to sell to restaurants and bars. They don't have any choices; they have to sell it.
Oh yeah. These distributors, they get it in. They're keeping their customers happy. I mean, they want the retail outlets like where we go to get it. But when you got one casino that says, hey, we want 5-6 cases of Pappy. We want this. We want that. Boom, it's gone. I mean,
the distilleries want them to get it. The distillery would rather they get it than we do. That's unfortunately what the market is.
And if I was thinking, I would have said that to John. Well, this is the problem. This is where a lot of the stuff goes here in Nevada. Even though they get a healthy allocation, a good dose of it from our distributors goes into gaming, goes into the casinos, the resorts there. I go, so we're shit out of luck. Adam, like I said, he found the unicorn of the day, just happened to be there 10 minutes before me. And the only reason is because I stopped to change the shirt because I didn't wear my Livewire shirt because I didn't know if they were. And so anyway, I had to stop at home because I I wasn't here. I was far away. We were on my side of town and I could walk to that place. So anyway.
Yeah,
he really got the deal.
Yeah,
Adam's got a pick coming out with story time, huh?
Yeah.
We got the story time.
Yeah, we got the what the heck is it's not Malort, it's the makers of Malort.
Jetson or whatever.
Jepson, yeah. Jepson. Two different bottles are coming out. So two different.
That's right. That's right.
Jane was talking about that the other night.
Yep. Yeah, they're pretty tasty, especially for the price. So definitely check them out.
Shit.
Yeah, that's the new picks that's coming out.
I think it's still a few weeks away. I'm not sure.
I was just gonna say, isn't it next month?
I think it's like right toward the end of this month.
I thought Shane was talking about the end of this month or maybe the beginning of February. I thought.
Yeah. That sounds right.
Yeah, we're looking forward for that one too.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Yeah, they were short barrels, so they were smaller bottle count. So they decided to grab 2 instead of just 1.
Dustin, what's the age on that one guy?
This is 13 years old.
Okay.
And it's at 54.8%.
All right, let me pour my Offerman. Twist my arm to.
I mean, heck, man, pop that 12.
Twist my arm. I'm gonna leave the sweet wheat because there's nothing left. Boom. Twist my arm here to pour a little bit of this.
Get the goods out, Anthony.
Oh, this thing is going down. I mean, it's wonderful.
Nice opening.
I mean, it's got a beautiful, beautiful color to it. God, I could smell the smoke. It's just delicious. Just delicious. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to
What's
show
that? No, look. In case it gets cold, look, I got something special to wear.
you?
That's right. You can
Your
use
hoodie?
it as a lap blanket.
We always outside us, so we always drink it outside.
So are the Lagavulins, are those heavily peated?
Moderate. That's my opinion.
That's what I think. So also,
Moderate.
that was my first, so I thought it wasn't bad at all. I got the sweetness at the end. So
Ardbeg higher peat though, right?
Ardbeg is higher in peat.
Yeah.
It's
I think Ardbeg 10 is higher than the Lagavulin 16 that I had.
Yeah, Ardbeg is really my only peated experience.
Yeah, but I mean, any Southern Islands
was
would be
delicious.
considered heavily peated.
Sorry, Dustin. Go ahead, Dustin. I didn't mean to walk on you there.
I was just saying, I mean, anything from Southern Island is going to be considered heavily peated, but Lagavulin is less than Ardbeg and Lefroy, and it's also just a sweeter malt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, just from a sheer, I mean, it's just a sweeter malt.
Just nosing this, and I just poured it. It's had a chance to open up. Nice sweetness on the nose, like maybe a fig or a plum, and then you get the peat, you get the smokiness, but it's not overpowering by any means in that. By any means. Let me fix this.
What you want?
You know when you brought out that gold, trust me.
You want this one?
Gold or
You
whatever.
want this one? Which one?
Yeah, you brought out an old soul, old something.
Oh, this one right here. You want the Benny's pick? Oh, this is nice. Very nice.
I don't know who that Hoyle whatever it was with that shit they posted on there, but we'll get rid of them turkeys real quick. Anyway, you know, I adjusted the settings to keep the trolls out, but they have to actually sub,
Okay.
you know, for a period of time before they can post.
Are they getting worse, or this just?
This is the first one I've had in a little while because I changed all the settings. So in other words, if you want to post in chat, you got to be a sub, and then you have to be a sub for so long.
And what do they go? Why? I mean, I don't understand why they
Porn sites, it's just crap
Just
that we don't want. Phishing sites, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're robot generated, so I just blocked them out.
I think Shane was saying they're doing some, like, they apparently if they post in the chats, they're able to extract some kind of information on who all's in the chat watching or something.
Okay.
That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but
not to us either. I don't know.
Shane seems to know a little more about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, we're just a couple of nice guys that just drinking whiskey with everybody, right? That's all we're doing.
That's right. Exactly.
I can't keep up with all the scams out there, man. I'm just
trying
to enjoy some whiskey and get through my work day every day.
I will say this: you probably won't find a better group of people in the whiskey community. To me.
Well, hey, you could, but they wouldn't hang with any of us.
You're right.
They're not going to hang with any of us.
But like me and Doug said, anybody that's in this community wants to come down to Friday at Fred's, everybody in here is more than welcome to come and hang out. It's like
Steve, cheers, man.
I wouldn't have a problem with anybody setting foot in my backyard.
One day, Fred, I'll be there.
There you go.
Looking forward to it.
If you got a bottle in your hand.
Don't even have to have a bottle. We got a few.
We got a few.
You got a few?
We got a few.
They got enough.
Wait a minute. I got to keep hiding them from my wife, though.
So you're just saying it's okay to put a dent in them when you come down? Okay.
Oh, without a doubt. Oh,
without
yeah.
a doubt.
And we're pretty new to this community. We only been about a year and a half involved in this community. So, and it's been a positive, without a doubt.
Yeah, like I say, I'm sure y'all all heard it before, but I never drank bourbon, never drank scotch. Always was a vodka drinker, a Long Island drinker, margarita drinker. I drank I drank, I always drank. That was the problem. But when Richard, the guy who's coming over later, I'm hoping he comes in soon, he came over because we always had Friday at Fred's, but Doug drank wine,
beer.
I drank my stuff, and Richard came over and he brought a bottle of, what was it he brought?
Glenmorangie 18.
Glenmorangie 18. And Doug took a sip of it, and I took a sip of it. And after that, Doug got on YouTube, and the next thing you know, here we are.
And Fred started.
That's all we,
hey, Adriana, cheers. Cheers. Nice to see you pop in. And I understand that. I have that temptation every Friday night and almost most nights out of the week because I'm working the 2 to 10 shift. And everyone's streaming and enjoying themselves. And, well, I'm taking advantage of it today.
Ken's is the worst because Ken will be a little bit buzzed by the end of it. Then you got, if oh goodness, Simon will be having some fun, and some of the other Australians hop on there. It's just
Lilith,
you just want to join because Lilith and oh my goodness, Lilith is just such a Cue Ball too. All of them are just salt of the earth, great people, and they just you want to drink with them, they're just fun people.
Oh yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time, but I have my coffee first. Yep, that's my thing. It's coffee.
Unfortunately, anymore he starts. So I usually start about 8:30 in the morning. So he usually starts now at 7:30 for me. So he's starting before I'm even out of bed. And the last couple of weeks I've been so busy in the morning with meetings. I actually get up at 7:30 now, and I'm on calls till about 11 a.m., 11:30.
So far, so I started out with, I told you guys, the Glenfiddich. And then I went to the 1792 Sweet Wheat because I didn't want to blow out my palate. And then because Dustin had the Jazz from Lagavulin, I went to the Offerman edition, and perfect. It's been a perfect step. Now I'm in the peated Scotch. I got to be careful because going back doesn't work too well.
Right, yeah.
So I'll have to kind of stick in that. But thank goodness I have a few expressions here that I can just keep moving up the line. Oh, yeah. I forgot if you got that.
Is that the cask strength?
No, it's the 100 proof.
100 proof? No, I like that one. I actually like that. I enjoy that bottle all the time, actually.
For Adriana, though, we got the
12. Cheers, Adriana.
Well, that's right.
12-year Knob Creek for you.
Hey, Charles, what's up?
Hey, Combs.
Hey, Combs.
Oh, he's bending over. Let me help my boy out.
But this is.
I'm just playing with you.
How you doing, guys?
Grab your chair.
This
Are you getting fruit forward on that, Dustin, at all?
Yeah, we
Yeah, we don't.
No?
Now, the mezcal's giving it a very
Give him a glass and
Oh, really? See, I had a mezcal finish, and I can't remember what it was. I wasn't fond of it. It just didn't complement.
You bring any whiskey?
oh, we got whiskey. Oh, look at this.
It doesn't complement the
Oh,
front,
Oh,
but it enhances the finish in a really special way. So I'm really going to be interested to see how this opens up over the next year or so. So this is a bottle that I think I'm going to probably take to Mike's next time I get together with some people. We'll drink with a few people, and then I'm probably just going to hide this away for 6 months and back to it, because these Lagavulins, like these cast strength limited releases, them really get special with time. And some, some never make it. But I think this is one that could get special. Not going to be Lagavulin 25. It's not going to be like one of the epic 85 or 91 distillates, but it could get pretty good.
Yeah. No, these are. I'm very happy with the way this Offerman turned out. One finish beginner. For me, it's terrific. It's terrific. And I'm so glad I got the second one. I thought maybe I would trade the second one for something else that somebody might have, but now it's like I don't know if I will.
You can try that. Yeah.
The real question is, when are you going to pop open the 12?
You know, it's just too good.
That 12 is cast strength, and it's a whole other beast.
Well, so this one's at 46.
Yeah.
And 46 seems to be my wheelhouse as far as flavor and just taste in general. It's out of this world as far as that goes. So I've kind of honed in on that. So the ones that are 48, 50, I think would probably be, in my opinion, an exceptional pour, but higher proof doesn't always mean a better experience. I know that. But for me, this 46, 47, 48, 50 ABV just seems to be sweet.
Didn't take a shower all day.
Spot. Let me tell you, when you get the richness and mouth coat of those 12s,
exactly.
That's the fun part about them.
You shorts and shorts, my t-shirt. But,
and you're right. You're right, Dustin, because this is viscous. It has an oiliness to it. The finish is not short by any means on this. I'm getting fruit, sweetness. Yes, it's smoky, but it is not in any way overpowering.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. I mean, peat's overpowering for some people, no matter how little or much there is.
It does overpower.
Mm-hmm. And it is. Like I said, you've heard me say the story about my first experience with peat, and it was something. But this is a wonderful pour. This is a wonderful pour, and I'm glad I got the backup. And so I'm happy. And the 16, I've only had one or two pours out of. I'm happy with the 16. Very happy with the 16 so far.
All right, everybody. This is Richard.
Here's Richard.
Hey guys,
he's the one that started all the stuff.
Dustin.
Welcome.
He's the one that turned us on to the Scotch, which started the whole ball rolling.
Richard, tell us about Lagavulin.
Oh, that's a peated.
No,
I know.
I will
said you don't like
pass
peated.
all the peated scotches.
Yeah, they said you didn't like peated, so I did that on purpose.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I
but
really like the Glenmorangie 18. That's my go-to Scotch, and I really enjoy that.
You like what you like. You're
That's
not
it.
going to get any bad judgments here. If that's what you like, that's what you like.
Absolutely.
Like a lot of us like our whiskey neat, but if you like it on the rocks, you go ahead and have it. That's just how you like it. It's all good here.
That's it.
Yeah, or belly button shots out of a stripper. Whatever you do, man.
That's right. That's right. So what are you drinking right now?
You are drinking a little Remus.
Remus.
Oh, you poured him the Remus?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a start them off something light, 93, I think, or 94 proof.
There you go.
And then he's gonna go
You're going to go to the Chattanooga.
Chattanooga Bottle and Bond next.
Okay, that's right. Go up to 100 proof. Get that.
That's a
taste.
fall release.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start them off slow, light.
Yeah, but like I said, this Lagavulin is just heavenly in this 11 year right now. Just nosing it, the sweetness, the smoke. I know some people on this stream right now don't like it, but oh my gosh, it's.
I like it, Anthony. Don't worry about that.
All
Fred
right,
likes
we
it.
like it.
You like what you like.
You know, like I said, we try not to discriminate. We want to include everybody. We are
Richard
equal opportunity offenders here.
That's right. Richard is sort of like Shane. You pour a bottle of Pete for Shane. No, he's not gonna take it.
Well, see, that's because he just hadn't had the right bottle yet. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
It'll be up to you, Doug, to turn him, Fred.
I gotta say, if it's got alcohol in it, me and Doug will probably drink it. I know I will, but
Hey, we're from New Orleans. What can we say?
Yeah,
Right?
that's it.
Hey, you've got to keep the germs away.
That's right.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And wait a minute. Our whole family had COVID, right?
during
Except
Christmas.
Fred and myself.
That's right.
We did not catch it. It had to be the bourbon, right? Or the scotch.
I'm not want to jinx myself.
No, I know.
Because we are on a pause here. The school's closed down for 5 days.
Really?
It's bad over here right now, too, actually.
Yeah.
In our area
So,
right now. We don't really
My
enjoy
coworker's wife's a teacher, and she's getting ready to deliver here in a few weeks. And due to all this stuff, she got out. She basically took off early. Just with that whole process, just crazy.
If
Right.
she's got the time and she can burn some sick time or whatever, burn it before you take your leave of absence for maternity.
Yeah, because the last thing you want to do is catch COVID right at the time you got to deliver.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Chaos, right?
Exactly. I agree with you. But, I'm not joking, but honestly, I credit some of that, my good luck, to good bourbon and scotch.
Right. And it's basically good luck if you don't catch it, basically.
Yeah.
You got to be lucky not to catch it.
Yeah. Well, hey, the friends that I know that got it now, that I took some stuff over to them, they asked me to pick them up some stuff. They're all fully vaxxed too. But,
The only way to avoid it is to avoid people. At the end of the day, you want to truly avoid it.
that's why I'm avoiding going to that Friday at Fred's.
Hey, look, we keep our distance.
That's right. And you notice that they're pouring good whiskey too.
Look at Fred. Fred's drinking all the good stuff right now. Look.
There you go. See, at least 100 proof. Gargle with it. There you go.
This is 57.6.
See, there you go. That's perfect. That's perfect. You don't have to worry about germs. You can drink out of the same glass if you wanted to. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
fine. But anyway,
And eventually he's going to switch over to pure grain Everclear.
back
Wait a minute. We got some Malort for Richard to try.
Oh, he's gonna love that Malort.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I
definitely
hear that's a real treat, Fred.
Make
And
that
wait a
the
minute.
last
Everybody Friday at Fred had tasted Malort except for Richard so far.
Well, that's a
Game
real
plan
treat.
thing.
Why hasn't he tasted it?
It's time.
No, he's
we
coming off of an
Hey.
injury right now, so
Right.
he's been out of commission for about a month.
about a month or 2 months. Yeah.
2
So
months
then
left.
after he warms his palate up on that Remus, he'll be ready for a nice swig of the Malort. We can actually highlight him doing his first.
I don't know. That Malort stays with you after you taste
I
it.
don't want to ruin his taste for the rest of the night, though. I want him
I
to
don't
hang around.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I hear 1% of the time you'll like Malort every time.
that's what I heard.
1%.
You know,
Wait a minute, we did that for Trev. We bought a bottle for Trev.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
bourbon baller. Yeah, that's right. It'll heal whatever ails you.
And destroy everything else that's working.
You're right.
That's right.
It's got it in
I
there.
don't know why they even made that stuff. I don't even. I can't even.
There's
Yeah.
apparently a niche that likes it.
Whatever niche that is, I don't want to be a part of it.
Me either.
Everybody's invited, unless you like Malort. Leave.
What happened to no judgment?
When you taste it, Richard, you'll be
You
with
know. You know.
But I'm certainly enjoying this Offerman edition right now. Certainly enjoying it.
It's like
it
saying
opens up more, and this thing has a chance to really to grow in the bottle, and I've got a little bit more in the glass. It's really, really exceptional.
Now you only got the one bottle of that?
No.
Okay, that's good. So
that's good. Oh, yeah.
All right, so you can keep on enjoying it. That's right.
Exactly. Because I couldn't believe how well I liked it for a peat. And I'm like, if I really want my palate to grow and I like this particular expression, I knew they only had one more bottle last week. And I was like to my wife, I was like, look, you're going to have to drive me, but I need to go. Because she told me the day I bought it to go back and pick it up.
That's a good wife.
That's a good wife right there.
And I'm like, no, I don't know if I really like it. I go, so let me have a few pours of it. Let me see. It was a Friday or Saturday. By Sunday, I'm like, no, it was a Friday because I was off. And I'm like, I've got to. I've got to go back. So I did. So.
Yeah, you had a few drinks and you went back to the liquor store, didn't you?
Yeah, but I had my wife drive.
That always leads to a much more expensive liquor store trip when you've had a few drinks.
I actually only bought that and I left. I didn't buy. See, my wife knows my palate, so she'll bring things up, and Adam can testify to that. Here, you need this, you need this, you need that. Oh yeah, he's getting this. She
was very involved in the buying of your bottles the day that I was there. Like she was all in. Like she knew what you wanted, knew what you were looking for.
So one of these, I'm going to crack it, and I will actually bring you some, Adam. I'll stop over.
What is that? We're see that.
Pick, that chair, burning chair.
Yeah, I didn't try that one.
No, I did, and holy crap, it's great. At 59.6 ABV, it certainly didn't drink like it, and it was really good. So when I come over to your house, I'll drop you off a sample so you'll have it. But I'm gonna crack that thing. It was really, really good. Really good.
It's a really good cigar.
But
I like Bradley Magic Toast.
Oh yeah, Magic Toast. Yes, I like the Magic Toast.
Man.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite one of the Alec Bradley so far.
Yeah, that's what Fred's smoking right now.
That's what I'm smoking right now. It is, man.
Yeah, I tried the Kintsugi last weekend, and it was pretty good too. I think the Magic Toast is still just kind of my palate. Like it's a little more mild for me.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
I tell you, it is.
Now we don't really compare cigars with whiskey like I guess Bobby does. We just whatever we're smoking and whatever we're drinking, we do it.
Yeah, I have a hard time with the whiskey in terms of the cigars, like trying to measure them like I do with the whiskey.
Right.
Like whiskey, I'm able to kind of determine what I like, what's strong, what's not strong, but I'm not there with cigars, palate-wise. Yeah.
As long as it's a nice oily wrapper, that's me. I like the Maduros, and this. But man, I saw this today and I picked it up, and Doug gave me one a few weeks ago, and I remembered it, and I said, well, let me go ahead and pick me up a few. So I picked me up a couple of them, and I went out to it. Man.
Damn, Fred's got a good brother-in-law, don't he?
I tell you. That's all you can ask for.
Amen.
Like I say, you're talking about your wife going and telling you like this whiskey. Flip the pancake over, and that's my wife. Don't buy cigars. Don't buy whiskey.
Now my wife buys me whiskey. So I got a good wife.
Yeah,
she just picked me up a Clydesmade 12-year-old.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, my wife
LT
with stuff for me.
Yeah, LT, right.
She picked me up this last week. I mean, she just happened to be in the right place at the right time. And the Maker's Mark 101.
Wait a minute. You talking about like this?
You mean like that one?
Exactly. Right place, right time. And she knew it's kind of hard to come by out here. And for under $40 out the door tax, you couldn't go wrong. I think it was 37.
Okay. We only got 11 bottles out right now.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, well, you guys suck.
I'll tell you.
I've got more than that out right now.
Now, that's outside. That's not inside now.
Yeah, well, I'm not going outside. It's cold. It's like 66 degrees.
That's right. It's 60
Wait a minute,
degrees
60 degrees over here.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, 60 degrees. Oh, it's so chilly, guys. I'm sorry.
That's why I got my. I'm prepared, Adam. I got my little jacket right here just in case.
Yeah, I mean we're a whopping 41, I think, right now. So
I could deal with 60 degrees all year round.
Like I said,
Yeah, 60 degrees ain't nothing.
I got my visqueen rolled up. I'm getting ready to roll it down and crank the heater up, and we'll be good.
That's right.
40 degrees.
40 degrees, Salt Lake City.
Yes, sir.
Adam, I used to ski in Salt Lake City about 4 times in my lifetime, a few years back.
Oh man, if you ever come back out this way, you know to hit me up, right?
Yep, about 30 years ago.
No, my last time I was in Salt Lake City was probably, it's been about 15 years ago though.
Yeah, it's almost a different world here since then. So
yeah,
66.
66. Yeah, that's nice. Being outside is beautiful right now where we are.
We got about 25-mile-an-hour winds, though.
We have no wind right now, so it's really nice right here.
64.
The 64.
That's some gusts right there, man. 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Slapshot blended Makers 101, Wild Turkey 101, and Wild Turkey.
yeah, I saw that, Fred. That's interesting.
So, you know what, Slapshot?
Slapshot.
Marty and I,
Brian's got some bad luck.
All the
Like,
101s together.
Marty and I, one night, believe it or not, bullshitting. I'm not going to say that we had a few, but we might have had, 1 or 2.
2.
Yeah. Anyway, so we said, hey, you got to try this. Blend.
oh, we did that.
Okay. Yeah.
I know what you're
And
talking
then-
about, Anthony.
Yep. And
That's very nice.
it is so freaking good. Equal parts.
Right.
And we talked. So when he says to me, you going to do the blend or something like that, he'll make a reference. I know what he's talking about. And
I know what he's talking. He told us to do that too.
It is so, isn't it good? Honestly, isn't
Very
it
good.
It is really, really good. But I'm not going to bastardize my Offerman edition Lagavulin. Sorry, I'm not. But looking at Slapshot, what he said, I'm like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And when I crack that bottle, I just may do that.
So there's one that's dominant rye, one that's, so I guess the wheated and the Makers is just dominant wheat. So
I'm sorry. I love the peatiness, but I'm just going to tell you right now, there's no way, and maybe just because my palate has changed, this is not overpowering whatsoever. It is just not. It is really just silky and just deliciousness.
They got good sweetness off of those.
Peat is good.
Casks for sure. Those Guinness casks work well.
hey, what are you boys at Fred's pouring next?
Yeah.
Well, I've been hitting that damn
Old Scout. Huh?
Old Scout, but I think we're going to try.
He's been that lately.
What we got over there? What's that? Baker's, though. What is
Baker's
that?
number 7.
Yeah, we try Baker's.
We might try a little Baker number 7 next.
Oh, Bakers. What's the age statement on that?
It's Baker's number 7. I think it's
On the neck tag. It shows like a year and month on it.
Yeah.
Doug got to put his damn
I got to put my glasses
put
on.
his eyes on. You know?
I'm getting over. I'm over 64.
Yeah,
Not
you're
quite as
good.
old as these two though. It's 8 years, 7 months.
Ah, nice. Over 8 years. That's good.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of like 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old bottles of that coming out lately.
I think it's all single barrels, like store pick.
Yeah, and they're coming out at higher prices too. Like they're not charging like it's a 7.
Yeah, so it comes out, I think, is like in the 13-year box, but it's those store picks.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they've been asking, low hundreds for
I don't know
them.
about the hundreds.
Probably fair.
If you want to try.
Yeah, the 107s are good. And it's 7 to 8 year, but they're not. I don't know. They're not.
Baker's hasn't really ever wowed me.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay over like probably 60 for one of those, honestly.
I don't think I'm going to buy another one. Honestly, it's just I don't get Knob Creek. It's just better.
I haven't bought one yet, but I agree with you and Adam. I think it's good. I will buy one to put on my shelf because I hear it's not a shitter by any means. It's good in its own right. So, and my wife really likes it. So next time she grabs it, I'm just going to say, "Yep, put it in the cart," and I'm going to end up buying it.
Now, Anthony, did your wife sip bourbon?
No, she does not. Unfortunately, she has a medical condition, and due to some of the medication she's on, would not be a good thing.
Now, my wife drinks bourbon. She only drinks old fashions, though.
Well, hey, if you're gonna drink bourbon, drink scotch. Whatever you like.
I recommend vodka just to stay away from my bourbon. Let's let the bourbon get older again.
Photos. So next time you get photos, pick up something. Maybe I can help you out. I don't know what the hell I'm buying. Shit. I can't think of it.
I think you know what you're doing.
Shit. I don't know what I'm buying. I give my money to Doug. He buys the shit. I'm on a fixed income, Doug.
So, Dustin, you've had more than 2 sips of the Lagavulin Jazz.
Yeah.
What do you think so far?
It has a kind of vegetal earthiness to it, almost like not a really hot pepper, but kind of like certain peppers will kind of give off with that really sweet Lagavulin malt. A lot of good vanilla coming off of the cask. Up front, you're getting kind of your traditional Lagavulin with, again, a little bit of that sort of vegetal note. And then the finish has this like really intense, almost slightly spicy hot, like combination of smoke and almost like, again, like a little bit of a pepper thing.
Would you say like more of a habanero pepper, just so people can understand what you're talking about, spice, or white pepper?
I'm not very versed in peppers, to be honest with you. In fact, honestly, it's actually bringing me back to like beers I've had that use pepper finishing in it. I couldn't tell you what they used either. But it's giving me like, again, it's not hot. There's a little bit of heat on the finish, which is, I don't know if it's alcohol, but there's like a second level of smoke that's not part of normal peated whiskey. And I haven't drank a lot of mezcal over the years, so I'm not good with mezcal notes. It's very different. It's very unique. It's good. Is it exceptional? Probably not. Is it worth what it cost me to get it here in the States? Probably not. But we'll see.
So what you're saying is, yes, it's a good scotch. However, you have to decide if you're going to go out and buy your backup. That's a personal thing.
Last week,
I'll not be buying it.
Correct. That's what I'm getting. I knew you wouldn't, but someone else, you'd have to try it for yourself, have a few pours, sit with it like you are.
I mean, the problem with these bottles is there's 3,000 of these bottles.
Yeah.
And they're going to be held, probably half of them are going to sit in the hands of investors who hold on to this stuff to invest.
Yeah.
And they'll slowly sell them over the next 10 years at increasingly high prices. That's just kind of where we are in the market today.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where a lot of places are. And so that's why I've said, I'm looking at the bourbons and I want certain things. I mean, I picked up the Calumet 15. I've picked up the Weller Full Proof. I mean, I haven't even cracked it. I've picked up a Weller Special Reserve and so on and so forth. But you know what? Other things just aren't there. So I turned around and, oh, look, Scotch. Let me see what we got here. And then boom, 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 boom. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was a big reason why I started spending more of my money on Scotch originally. I always liked bourbon and Scotch, but I liked old bourbon. Around 2010, 11, old bourbon disappeared. And when it showed up, it got more and more expensive.
I can honestly remember Pappy Van Winkle sitting on the shelf and me looking at him going, really? Pappy Van Winkle? And I'm not talking the 10-year.
I remember the 23 are sitting on the shelves at $300 and just collecting dust. And I'm just like, $300 for a bourbon? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. When there's so many great 12 and 18-year-olds for under $100.
Well, yeah, at that same time, like Eagle Rare 17 was like $75 and was on the shelf year-round, more or less.
Yeah.
The Stags were 15 years. They were available. Willett was putting out stuff under like different labels and different names that were between 12 and 23 years old. I mean, and all of it was like $100 or less.
Yeah,
I remember my budget college bourbon for getting drunk on a Friday night was Ancient Age 10-year-old.
Hey, I got something there. I like that stuff.
Hey,
I mean the 10-year-old, like not the 10-star, the 10-year-old.
You got the regular H&H.
Oh, I got the regular H.
I have the Ancient Age 10-year. Right now, I don't have it on this shelf. I have it on another shelf, but I got it uncracked, and I'm like, holy smokes!
I want to get a bottle of that just purely because it was that bourbon I drank all through college. I mean, literally, we'd buy a bottle and we'd kill it that night, every night.
Oh,
like be 2-3 of us, we'd get hammered
in the house or with you. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and again, it was It's when we first started buying it, it was $7 for 90 proof.
I was just going to say $10, wasn't it? Well, I'm a little older than you, but
again, when I first started buying it, it was $7. When I stopped buying it, it was $14.
Oh, Jim Beam.
I mean, yes, it was so good for the money.
Exceptional, it is. And so, Whiskey Lover Society has been doing this little thing on videos with. He calls it budget scotches. And there are some really good budget scotches under $75, even $50 that, for 12-year-old expressions, they're good at 46 ABV, 48 ABV, non-chill filtered, or non-chill filtered and no color added. They're good in their own right. Glenlivet makes them. So just saying in general, there's some out there that you can have as daily sippers and don't have to worry about, well, I better go get a second one now because it's not going to be there next week.
Yeah, I mean, I think what a lot of us have discovered, though, is if you don't buy a case now, 2 years they might put out a new release that isn't as good as the last one.
And that's true. And speaking of that, Glenlivet's 12-year-old in the last couple of years has changed from what it was 3-4 years ago to what the expression is coming out now. It's good. However, I forget this particular name of the 12-year-old a couple of years ago. I'll think about it and it might come to me, but a little better than what the 12-year-old they got now.
They put out a first fill 12-year-old a couple of years ago that was 48%, and that thing was really good for the price.
Okay, first fill. Thank you. I think it was first fill a few years ago. Yep.
That was a different Glenlivet 12 than the regular 12, but yeah, that thing is really good.
Now, what does that mean? First fill. What does that mean?
It means it was the first use of that bourbon barrel with Scotch.
All right.
So, like, they'll reuse those barrels over and over again. Mm-hmm. That was the first time that the Scotch had been put in that barrel.
Oh, okay. So they'll use that barrel again for a second fill, a third fill, and so on and so on.
Yeah, but the first fill gets the most flavor out of that barrel.
Gotcha.
For however long they finish it or age it in that barrel. You'll
get the most bourbon character, whereas your second fill is going to get more just oak character.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you're going to have more oak forward out of it than the more characteristic bourbon notes.
Gotcha. And, it's getting there. I just need to know all these references that y'all are, talking about.
Well, we use all these highfalutin terms, Fred.
Yeah, that's what it is,
I know.
Do they toast?
We got to remember. Those people down in New Orleans, we got to just bring it down a notch or two.
Now, Richard just asked a question. Do they re-toast the barrels, or they just?
They can. They sometimes do, but they'll be labeled recharred.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes they'll do that. Sometimes they won't. It depends on the profile they're going for.
Well, the profile I'm going to go for now, I got to go to the 16.
Oh, there you go.
I got to go to the 16. Doug might be tempted. I don't know.
Spam.
But I'm just going to pour a taste. Be just like Ken. I just need a taste.
Now, Anthony, what you pouring?
The gavel.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay.
Lagavulin.
That's one of my favorite bottles. One of them.
Well, that's about probably my third pour out of the bottle, so I'm almost to the shoulder to where I can give it a couple of weeks to open up. A little oxidation, I'm told, does it good.
I'm coming. Hold on.
Oh,
The official bottle of Nick Offerman, man.
see, nosing this right now versus the Offerman last year's edition, the 11. The amount of smokiness, Pete, to me seems the same, but other people say no, it's way heavier. I'm not picking that up, even on the palate, but I haven't sipped this one that it's had a chance to open up last week. But
the 16 is for me much more aromatic. I mean, just in general, there's just more on the nose.
That's what I was going to say. I really get more smoke. I get way more fruit forward. I don't know what it is because I'm learning these notes.
It's the sherry cask.
And it's definitely a sweeter smell, smokier, creamy, if that is okay. If that makes sense to people. I mean, really, apple, pear, and I think it's more, I'm leaning towards pear on this 16, the Lagavulin 16. I think I'm leaning more towards that. Vanilla, but it is, and the smoke, like I said, to me, doesn't seem like anything right now. I'm really getting more of the sweetness and the fruit from the spirit.
Man, this stuff. Well, I guess it's because we drink it though. So.
I mean, it's really good. I mean, in my opinion, the nosing, and I haven't sipped it since last week. As a matter of fact, when was that? Sunday. I had to think. When was I on with Jim? Sunday.
Pulled it out a bunch of times just to drink it.
This is right now. It's fantastic.
I don't remember.
Just the nosing on it. It's fantastic.
That's probably one.
Definitely, you know it's a malt. You can smell barley.
Lagavulin has a sweetness to their malt that's hard to miss. That is for sure.
It is. And then as the more of these expressions I have, the more I'll become familiar with it and be able to pick that particular note out. Hey, Trev, what's up?
Hey, Trev.
Trev's in the house.
Yeah, Trev.
Well, I tell you what, Adam.
What's up, buddy?
I thought it was really spectacular that, we had Friday at Fred's, but apparently Trev heard that they were here and he had to come and see what all the promotion was about. And those guys say that they're not important. When you see Trev pop in because he knows Friday at Fred's is here, he has to come in. Isn't that right, Trev?
I just got a new glass from Trev.
Yeah, I'm
waiting
on my pop.
His Future Mancini event.
But this is an exceptional pour right now. I mean, as far as the nosing goes, I haven't sipped it yet, but this 16 is just wow.
Yeah, Log 16 is one of those whiskeys you can smell from the other room. Like it's just so big on the nose.
I think that's me. Well, at least I know it's my problem is that we don't drink one bottle and try to determine what everything is. We just pour one, and then we say, well, let's see if we can find something better. And then we pour the next one, and well, let's find something else. And then the next thing you know, we got 15 bottles out here that we, tasted on, and we go from there.
And you're right. And it is hard to discern when you start doing that.
Right.
So now, I got a question. When you start doing that, the whiskey you taste first will change the next whiskey you actually taste?
For me, it does big time.
Yeah, so that's where we have problems. I tell Fred, I said each whiskey is going to give you the next whiskey you taste might be different because of the whiskey you just sipped on.
Because, like I said,
correct?
Like we say, last week I tasted a whiskey or whatever that I really didn't like. So it might be the fourth or fifth bottle tonight that I taste, and I love it. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's why I never liked blind, like judging whiskey based on a blind. Like it's your best option, but it's still not a perfect one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because each one you're doing can change the other taste, the other pour.
Yeah, there's some whiskeys that just don't taste good next to other whiskeys, and it's not a fault of the whiskey. It's just that this flavor here makes this flavor here different.
Right.
You're absolutely
so basically, when you want to taste something, you should have that only pour and taste it the whole night, and you get a better feeling for what it actually is, I guess.
Yeah, or you take notes and then go back the next.
We don't. Sorry, Dustin. We don't take notes though.
No, we don't take notes.
Captures, take a few mental notes while you're doing
mental notes. I do that now. I do that.
Well, Adriana just said yes, and that's what happens. You go from, let's just say, whiskey to whiskey to whiskey, especially if you go from a normal bourbon, stick in a rye or a wheated, and I know she would never stick in a rye, but let's just do a wheated for her. Now, that's a totally different end of the compass or the needle, you know what I mean, the spectrum. It's from one side to the other. It throws you off. So last week when I was doing the Scarabus, of course I went through other expressions, but what I noticed out of that is someone had told me this. They said, hey, go to a peated bourbon or rye. It is amazing. So I grabbed the High West double rye that I have that's peated, looking forward to that just sweet delight, and got utter disappointment until about the fourth or fifth sip out of it before I started pulling the sweetness out of that rye after being with Ardbeg, Scarabus, Lagavulin. It was like, yeah, it just didn't, in my opinion, it didn't hold up. So,
Anthony, did you pick that up in Total Wines?
Yes.
Because we have a Total Wine here. I just saw a bottle of that, the peated High West.
Good, Doug. Go ahead and get it. It is good in its own right. I picked up one last week when Adam and I were out, but it was the American Prairie finished in peated Scotch barrels. It was good at 49.5 or 49.9 is the proof. I guess they just didn't get it to 100, but it was good. So I have a bottle. I haven't cracked it yet. But one of the reasons why I like stores like that we went to, Adam and I, we can sip some of this stuff that's had a chance to open up and really understand what it could be and go, yep, I'm going to spend the $50 or $75 or whatever it is on that bottle. Because once I get it down through the neck, give it some time to breathe, I'm going to go from there and really get that nice experience. Now, the one Adam has, I haven't cracked yet. I haven't cracked it yet, but Adam has. So tell us about that ride, because I know Adriana is sitting on the edge of her chair right now at work.
Oh my gosh, dude. So these wilderness trails are freaking delicious. So I got a bourbon from the Corey's, and then I got the rye, or I got that toasted bourbon from Corey's, and then I got the rye from North Carolina.
So I will bring you a sample, Adam, when I open that bourbon up, because I have the mate to that, the bourbon and the rye.
Oh, actually, Nick has that. He's giving me a sample.
Oh, okay.
No worries. Yeah. So we're gonna swap samples on that.
Yes,
I tried the bourbon the day before and really liked that. But the rye, the rye just impressed me. I ended up getting the rye instead. But yeah, those Wilderness Trail, they know how to do what they're doing for sure.
They do. They have got some. They've got some real hitters.
Yeah, every one I tried, I was impressed with. And the toasted from Corey's, I wasn't sure about. But once I got it home and cracked that bottle, I was like, this is really, really good, actually.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just kick off so we can talk.
Yep. So, Adriana, yes, it's good. When I go to Adam's, I can always bring you some. Just let me know if you want to try a sample, or I can leave it with him, either or. But it is really good, and I don't think it is overwhelming in what you call the campfire. Now the 16 in the Lagavulin I got now definitely has a little bit more smoke forward than the 11. But oh my gosh, it is really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good. But anyway, so just let me know, Adriana. And like I said, when next time I'm over at Adam's house, I'll just drop it off. It'll be good. It'll be good. But this Dustin is really good. The 16 going from the 11 to the 16, that jump up with the smoke in on this is really good. And I forget what the ABV is.
43 on that one, I think.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's 43. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. I'll never forget back when Parks and Rec was on TV and Nick Offerman was talking about, Lagavulin all the time. And I'm like, I remember Googling, how much does a park ranger make? Because how's this guy drinking Lagavulin every night? Like $60 a bottle. And now it's like, wait a minute. That's not even an expensive bottle anymore.
$60 is a cheap bottle.
I know, exactly.
But this thing, the 16, is just to me, compared to the 11, and I love the 11. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to tell you to buy it. But the flavor just jumped up from the 11 to the 16. The 11 in its own right, the Offerman edition finished in Guinness, has its own merit. But the 16 is just a notch above.
Now, around here, I'm finding the Lagavulin 16 has actually got cheaper for some reason.
Yeah, Diageo brought their prices down when the tariffs ended.
Okay.
So they were one of the few.
It was like a little over 100. Now I can find it for like 80 something now, I believe, around here.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, he got to 135 here, and I was just like, "This is getting absolutely ridiculous."
That is. You're right, Dustin. That's 135.
Thankfully, it's come back down to it's about 100 here now, but it goes on sale for around 80 pretty often. So,
Adriana,
it sells
the
out
double rye. The double rye. Let me know. Like I said, next time I'm over at Adams, I'll just drop it off, and you can come over there and get it, or send Nick. But if you want to try that High West, yep, not a problem. You might see a little bit less of it because it's going to be at Adams, but that's just a handling fee he charges.
I'm not a Pete head yet, so I probably
will fix you. We will fix you, Adam. Trust me. I was like broken at one time.
What was those commercials back in the day? The holiday 5-pack of beers.
Yeah, I'm still venturing. So I got.
I'll be right back. Give me just a minute. Go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I'll chat, man. So this is my latest Scotch that I acquired from a friend, actually. Bellevue 12, the Sweet Toast of American Oak.
12.
Okay.
We got a Bellevue.
Yeah. So I have the 12 double oak, and this is my second Bellevue.
Yeah, Adam, what is that? Which one is that again? That's the
Sweet Toast of American Oak.
Yes,
so
I have a bottle. I thought that was pretty nice.
Is it pretty good? I haven't tried it yet.
That was pretty nice for a Scotch.
Yeah,
Belvedere problem is they're a little
flavored, I guess.
They're a little boring, but it's clean, good, classic malt. I mean, it's never off-putting. It's always just an easy drinker usually.
You consider 12 year pretty young?
Yeah, for Scotch.
Well, that's the one thing that me and Doug found out is with Scotch, there's just so many different flavors and that we get out of it. Bourbon, we like bourbon, we drink it. I'm going to drink everything like we say, but with Scotch, it just you can have one bottle of Scotch and another bottle of Scotch. It's totally different. Where you have one bottle of bourbon, another bottle of bourbon, it's similar. But, it's different. But as far as Scotch, you get so much.
It just varies so much.
Exactly. It varies so much.
With bourbon, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, ooh, this is high rye. This is low rye.
Right.
This one's got some wheat. And if you're a bourbon drinker, that's all you drink. Those are big deals. Like, those are substantially different things. Then you get into Scotch, and you're like, ooh, it's sherry casks. Ooh, it's peated. Oh, this is lowland. This is earthy. This is salty.
Right. There's just a lot of different flavors in Scotch that you can really pull out, I tell you.
Yeah, the double oak, the Bellevue, is a sherry.
It's sherry and bourbon, so it's
bourbon
and sherry casks.
Yeah.
Yes, because Scotch can do so much more with their barrels, I guess. Where bourbon's more limited.
I think they maybe rely on those finishes or the peat more than bourbons rely on like a finish, right?
Well, the bourbon relies a lot on those virgin charred barrels.
I mean, so they're relying on a single barrel being like the end all be all, where Scotches are like, well, we can finish in this and that, and that's gonna make it the final product. Like, what's
all right? So I want to know, answer a question for me. The first time Shane came down, he brought that All-American
Old
Carter, number 6, whatever it was, number 5. And it was phenomenal to me. I got in trouble that night, but it was phenomenal.
The next day, you got in trouble.
You know, why can't all bourbons want to try to match that, or can they? Or what's the difference of making all the different types of bourbon?
Well, first off, that's not bourbon.
If something is whatever it is, whiskey,
American whiskey,
whatever it is that people seem to really like, why can't other companies make that taste?
That's the problem, Fred. It's all subjective. So you say what people seem to like. People like an assortment of things. Like, people like all different things. Some people love Buffalo Trace products. I'm not as keen on Buffalo Trace products. But like what you like,
you pick up on that you don't like, I guess.
Yeah, that American whiskey I think is more MGP than anything, right? So that's a very specific, like it's a very specific profile.
The other thing is people don't like light whiskey that much in general, and the people who do, well, I mean, nobody's selling you 6-year-old light whiskey. They're selling you 12, 13, 14-year-old light whiskeys. So now you got to age it 12, 13, 14, 20-something years, and that's
much harder to attain.
So I mean, you got
to get stuff that Brian brought over.
You're going to be out with all that cash for a lot longer if you standard.
So I might be one of those that isn't as keen on the light whiskey profile. I think it all just tastes the same. I don't hate it. Like I enjoy drinking it, but it's just very the same to me. Like nothing stands out about it.
Our buddy brought over an E.H. Taylor Full Proof
the other night.
And it was the only bottle down here. He happened to get it, and I loved it. Now, is it the same profile or whatever you're talking about as the Old Carter, or
one's whiskey, one's bourbon, probably?
Or one's whiskey, one's bourbon? I'm not sure, but I love that one.
What was that again? What was the bottle you're talking about?
E.H. Taylor Full Proof.
Oh no, so that's bourbon. That's the same.
Yeah, that's bourbon.
That's traditional Buffalo Trace mash bill. It's 6 to 8 years old. I mean, that's just your Buffalo Trace, and they've just picked barrels that have that profile.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy sip.
No, it was high proof. Fantastic for a high proof, bourbon. It was. I loved it.
It's good bourbon. If I could buy it for $75, I'd do it all day.
There it is, right there. Yeah.
Yeah, it cost them more than $75.
Yeah, it cost them a little bit more than $75, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's my problem with it, is that I'll pay $75 for it. I might do $100. That's about where I'm starting to be like,
it's not worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
where
little
does everybody
boring,
draw a line on bourbon when it comes to price? That's the problem, right?
Well, I mean, the thing, again, always comes back to, I mean, that one to me is a little boring.
Okay.
Like, in terms of complexity, depth, I mean, it's big, it's bold, it's really nice, but...
Which one? E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably my least favorite of, like, the big name barrel proofs.
Do you like Stag Juniors more?
Way more.
Way more. Okay.
Way more. Stag Junior is probably my favorite.
I tried them. I tried them side by side. I've only ever tried one E.H. Taylor barrel proof, and I didn't think there was that much of a difference between them. Like, I thought E.H. Taylor would actually be better, but it didn't stand out as any better than Stag Junior to me.
Stag always comes off more cherried, more oaked, a little bit more both aged and just more aggressive.
Now you
Whereas
see
the E.H. Taylor's smoother, it's cleaner, it's easier drinker, but it's a little more boring. So,
okay,
for me,
I gotcha. All right, yeah, because down here, Stag Junior, we can't.
You find it occasionally.
It's.
I mean, they're both impossible. I mean, I've got one bottle of the E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, and it's from 2017. and I've got a few bottles of Stag Junior, but I mean, I've had to get those sent to me from 4 corners of the earth, man.
Right.
Yeah. Last year I picked up a Stag Junior batch 13 for like $69.
Ah, yeah, that all day. I'll buy that.
And wait a minute, they had 2 bottles on the shelf. I bought one, and I said, "Man, I should buy the other one," but I didn't.
Yeah, definitely should have.
I know.
Yeah, but you know what? Hopefully somebody else got to enjoy it who wouldn't have otherwise.
Yeah. But if you're getting it under $80, like grab as many as you can. $100 is like the max for me on those, and I'll probably grab one.
I'd do 150 to be honest. I really like Stag Junior.
You like that?
I haven't really seen them for more because we don't like we're MSRP in Utah, and it's not easy to get. Like we got to hunt for them. But in the places I've seen them outside of Utah, it's been $100, and that was like, do I grab one? Do I not?
I'll do it. I mean,
think an extra ECBP.
True. But the thing is, I think about it this way: would you buy a small batch Gage Taylor for $40?
You can pay
$45
$100 for a bottle of wine, or you could pay $500, $1,000 for a bottle of wine. Is the $1,000 bottle of wine 10 times more better than $100?
Right.
No. So, whatever limit you get to, the same with whiskey. I mean, you can pay a fortune for something, and is it that much better than something that you like on a daily basis? The Balvenie you have there is an excellent Scotch. I mean, you got Scotch, and then you got peated Scotch. I don't even consider peated Scotch, but that's just me.
Now
it's all subjective, right? It's all subjective.
All subjective. That's exactly right.
It comes down to if there's certain flavors you
want. Out of curiosity, a Balvenie 22-year-old. I know I've heard 21, but a 22-year-old. I believe I had that. It was either Balvenie or Dalvenie, one of the two, on a cruise ship, and it was very good. But it's not that much better than the 18-year-old or something like that.
Yeah, it's not worth 4, 5, 6 times the price.
Right? No, it really isn't.
I haven't heard of that one, but the 21 in the Balvenie, yes.
I've heard of 21. I've had some 21, but I have on this particular ship. They had 22-year-old. I looked at the thing. I said 22. That's unusual. So maybe it was something specially made for him.
And Dustin would know. I mean, if not, he's probably
I've never seen 22. Here's a single cask 21.
There you go.
21
That's cool.
That's good stuff.
I don't see a lot of single barrel Scotches. Is that common?
It's not uncommon. You'll find there's a lot of independent bottlers that do it, and so those are where you can get your cask strength stuff like that. Balvenie does a single barrel 12 bourbon. They do a single barrel 15 sherry. They do a single barrel 21. They do a single barrel 25.
That's awesome.
Although I think they discontinued the 25. And
here's your cask strength right here.
Open it.
At 56.
Guys, I'm gonna jump out. I got kids. I got to get dinner ready and all that. So,
all right, Adam.
Take care. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, brother.
Enjoy your whiskey. I'll see you later on some live streams for sure.
There you go.
Yep. All right, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Nice of Mr. Whiskey Shits to pop in there.
So this is really lovely whiskey. And I bought it in the UK where the prices are a little more sane. This thing actually was fairly inexpensive for a 21-year-old.
For Scotch?
Yeah, I mean, I think I paid about $250-ish for it, which wasn't bad.
Right.
I'm going to Scotland. I have not been to Scotland. Been to London, but I have not.
Out of all the cool places in the world you've been to, and you love Scotch, and you've never been to Scotland.
Never been to Scotland.
I'm gonna have to pour a little more of this because I don't think I can go to the Ardbeg 10 or.
I think you just have to open that 12, buddy. Just go cask strength.
You know, I don't have any willpower, right? And Dustin knows this.
Yeah.
He knows it. It's like
so he says, "Go for it. Got to go for it.
Do it."
Tell him, Dustin. Life is too short.
Life is short.
Life's too short. Pop them. Don't watch them. Right.
That's right.
Look at that
Pop 'em,
beautiful
don't watch
color.
it. Right.
Look at that beautiful color. I know.
I want to see it in the glass. Is what I want to see how it looks.
I want to see it crossed over my lips, over my teeth, and the gums. And
we're still looking, Rich.
I appreciate you looking for me.
Sorry, I got to find this stupid starter here. Here we go. That's what happens when you're at a certain age, and it's like, where's that at? Here it is.
I always break them anyway. I'm like, stupid klutzy dude.
No, we just break out the Friday at Fred's knife and just cut that sucker out.
That's a much better way to do it.
It is.
That's the way it sounds.
That's the sound I like to hear. That and champagne corks.
Well, you know what? We won't.
Yeah, it deserves a new glass.
There you go.
New bottle, new glass.
What's he drinking?
Well, you know what? I will join you with pour of that.
I just had to make it a little more generous for Doug and Fred.
There you go.
What is that? That's Adam. No, that's not Adam.
That's Dustin at the bottom. That's Anthony.
Oh.
Now, Anthony, what you poured? Now, what's the name of that, real quick? That is. All right. Lagavulin 12. Castron. Okay.
Old box.
Mm-hmm. This is the. I'll hold the tube up for you.
I've always enjoyed the old box, man. It's just classy, classic.
Now, somebody was asking the other day, do you keep it in the box for a reason, or is it just pure aesthetics? Or
well, I'll tell you what. I moved recently, and let me tell you, boxes are the greatest thing to ever happen in the history of the world.
Okay, now I understand. I hear you. Okay.
If you got the room, keep them in the box.
Well, you know, truth be told, I mean, the bottle fits there. I mean, the bottle's rounded. I mean, you don't want to tear up your labels like pushing them all back against each other. So
I gotcha.
Box really doesn't take up too much space. Plus, you can stack stuff on them. You can't stack bottles. I mean,
true.
You start trying to pull this crap.
All right, Anthony, what's the nose?
So we're at 56.5 ABV. 56.5.
No,
what's that? What's that? 113?
Is that considered high for a Scotch?
Yes. Cask strength.
I mean, you'll see Scotches in the 60s here and there, but for the most part, you don't.
Now, why is that, Dustin? Why is it Scotch?
Well, there's a lot less Scotch being bottled at high proof in general, but the other reason is the climate.
Okay.
So it's a very cool climate. So whereas when you put bourbon in the cask, it'll actually can go up in proof because of the heat.
Okay.
In Scotch, it's generally going to lose proof. And
that's why they got to go longer in the barrel, I guess, right? For the climate, also, I guess.
That's part of it. That's why they have to age it longer too, as it's colder.
Okay.
I'm going to leave this covered for a few minutes.
He knows his shit.
Get some notes.
Dustin knows a lot about Scotch. Yes, he knows. If you want to know Scotch, he asks Dustin the question.
Definitely fruit forward. Smelled like a little honey and vanilla. Honey more than the vanilla. And of course, smoke.
Lowland,
Highland.
Yeah, he knows everything.
It's been open for a while, but man, it's just it's a vanilla. It's like a buttery, like vanilla, like cake kind of thing going on here.
Okay. Well, see, I got vanilla. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure, but definitely honey, definitely fruit, and I can't pick it out yet, but it was definitely fruit.
Mine's pretty.
You got a bottle of that.
We don't have a bottle of that.
A Lagavulin 12 cask strength is definitely a bottle you need to have around if you don't have one.
If I ever see one, I got to buy it, right?
I would do it. I mean, it's one of those like staple scotches that everybody. It's kind of like the Elijah Craig barrel proof of a scotch. Right. It's a little pricier than your go-to everyday one, but it's not ridiculous, and it's just big, bold, and yummy.
But that's not a peated one, though, right?
No.
Oh, it's peated.
No, it's peated.
No, wait a minute. Okay, that's Lagavulin. Okay, they all peated.
Oh, Lagavulin's
They all peated. That's right.
Yeah. I've never heard of an unpeated Lagavulin. I know Ardbeg did an unpeated once. Kalila does some incredible unpeated stuff every now and then.
So look, I tell my wife, bourbon and Scotch is a better value, right? Because you buy a bottle of wine, $100 bottle of wine will last you one night. That's it.
That's it.
Maybe two.
Yeah. So, and you buy a bottle of bourbon, it can last you a good while.
No, $100 bottle of wine down here doesn't last 2 nights. No,
absolutely not.
A good bottle of bourbon at Friday at Fred's doesn't last a night either.
Well, if we only drank one bottle, now that's why we got 15 out here tonight.
We don't have that many people here tonight, though. This is a small crowd for us tonight.
Yeah, small night tonight.
Hey, Doug.
Yes.
For some reason, there's a bit of an echo on your end.
Is it?
Is there another window open or something like that?
Think.
I don't
Okay.
think.
He closed out the. Yeah, we're all outside now.
We closed out the YouTube.
We closed out the YouTube. We're still on.
Okay. No big deal. It's
I'm glad to know because we like to try to fix all this stuff.
I know you guys aren't new at this.
No,
Yeah,
we are new at this.
You're not technologically challenged, I know.
Yeah.
I'm a virgin.
But this 12-year.
So sorry for your wife. Or maybe congrats to her. I don't know.
This one here is definitely fruit, smoke, and I definitely get the vanilla, but
Oh yeah, now I'm getting smoked lemon and peaches.
Smoked lemon and peaches.
I'm not getting that, and I want to say a banana, but I don't think that's right. But that's almost what I get on my nose.
Well, yours is a different year.
Pour me some bananas over here. Pour me some. Man, I wish my nose could pick up stuff like that.
Well, just pour yourself some Jack Daniels. I guarantee you, just say banana. Everybody will agree with you.
You got Jack Daniels.
Well, just stick it in that glass far enough, right?
Gentleman Jack. Yep.
No, we got single barrel.
And you know what? Not really for 56 ABV. Not getting that ethanol hit at all, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know, that
that's one of
burn
the nice
is not
things
there.
you get from that's one of the nice things you get from a properly aged whiskey. Like when there's enough age, you don't get that.
And that's what I like about the bourbons that we've been trying. I've tasted some 80 proof that's all I taste is alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've tasted some 130 proof that I absolutely taste nothing, and I just love the flavor of it. It's just amazing to me how that can happen. You know, it's just
Proper maturation, good cask selection, and obviously age matters. And that's why I always kind of come back to, I understand why people like some of these, 6-year-old MGP bottles. They got a lot of flavor. They're not too expensive. They're fun. But some of those,
MGP.
You can taste that alcohol. You can taste it right there.
Okay, now I don't understand, Scott, that MPG. What is that? Is that a certain distillery or?
Yeah. Midwest. It's Midwest grain producers. They're out of Indiana.
Yes, exactly.
They're one of the largest distilleries in the world. And they basically came up as basically a contract distiller, so they would make a product and other people would buy it from them. So they never sold their own line of whiskeys. It was just stuff they made and sold to others.
Huh.
So
Okay.
And so that's why all of these people source from them, is because that's what their business model was.
Now, is it because their climate in the area where they're producing all this makes it so good, or?
I wouldn't think so, because they're a little slightly north of where most of the bourbon's coming from. We're talking no difference in climate between Indiana and Kentucky.
Right.
Or they just do it better.
Well, they're not new. They've been around a long time. People didn't know about them, but they've been around a long time. They offer a lot of different mash bills, and I think one of the things that's worked out well for them is that they didn't get popular as early as everybody else did, so they still had old aged stock to sell when everybody else was out of it and couldn't, were Your Elijah Craig 12-year had to become Elijah Craig NAS. Knob Creek had a 9-year product for years, and they dropped the 9-year statement on their standard because they didn't have enough stock. And then MGP's sitting there with 12 and 15-year-old whiskeys.
Right.
So
all right, Anthony, what you think?
Doug, Fred, listen to me. Go out and buy this. This is the 2021 release. Let me just get a little closer.
I won't be in the street for that.
Do you see the lion?
Yep.
Okay. Now, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. This juice is phenomenal. That 56 ABV has a beautiful taste, has a great sweetness. The smokiness doesn't even come into play right now, but it's there.
Doesn't come into play.
The viscosity is wonderful on this. Dustin was right. This 56 ABV is absolutely good. Tomorrow, go on a hunt. Find this thing. Just so you know, it's about $1.50.
Right.
But I'm telling you, you two won't be disappointed.
Wait a minute.
The guy over your left shoulder there, Doug, yeah, he is not going to be very happy. But I know he doesn't like Pete.
Oh, we'll get him to taste it.
I was just going to tell you, absolutely give him a taste, because I do not think the peat in here is overwhelming whatsoever. I think it is extremely complimentary. And I have a peat expert right here, Dustin, right now.
Right.
And he knows this particular expression. I do not think it's overpowering, because like I said, I had a real bad experience with the iodine and Band-Aid taste. So I got it. And this isn't it. This isn't it.
Yeah, my buddy Mike likes to refer to Lagavulin as the aristocratic peat.
Okay.
Much sweeter, much more highfalutin, much less gutter, if you will. So it's a cleaner, more refined.
And he's spot on. Mike is spot on. I'm sorry, but I mean this, Doug, Fred. Once you get up tomorrow, it's like, hey, we have to go find this week. If it's not tomorrow, it's the next day, because, there's only so many of them out there. That's it.
Right.
So this is what it looks like.
It's going to probably be a hard bottle to find, actually, I think.
They do
just
sell
so
out
you know,
quick.
Just so you know, if it gets that way,
right,
I can always make a special trip to you.
There you go.
Always,
Anthony.
Yeah, just so you know,
but
because I know where it is.
I think the problem with finding all this stuff
you can't never find
is the community. Since me and Doug's joined this, we've found that more people that talk about stuff. I think bourbon is becoming the new Bud Light as far as out in the world. I think people are starting to drink bourbon and Scotch and brown liquor more. I think for whatever reason, and it's just I think probably things that were easy to find years ago.
Getting harder now.
It's getting harder to find now. It's for whatever reason, I think this community that I love, is just opened up the world to
good bourbon,
good bourbon and good whiskey and good Scotch.
This is good Scotch right now. This
Doug,
is
go find
good
that
damn Scotch right now.
Right
now.
12.
Lagavulin.
Well,
I don't know how to spell it, but it's Lagavulin.
You type in anything, get it close. Google will figure it out and correct it.
Yeah, Google will figure it out.
Google's a heck of a speller, man. Let me tell you.
But I'm gonna do this for Fred, because he told me he's special. He's told me.
I'm very special. Trust me.
I'm gonna hold this back up so he can see what this looks like.
All I got to look is for the lion on the top. You got it. Lagavulin 12.
And it's special release 2021. Special release 2021 Lagavulin 12. I'm telling you, you and Fred, your right foot is going to tap. And if you use that same stogie that you got right now, Fred, and if you're doing the same thing, Doug, I think it will be phenomenal.
Well, hopefully
we can find it, and we'll definitely chat you out and let you know what we talk
and
to
if you.
you.
And if you honestly can't, you never know. But sometimes I fly out there, so I can drop it off. So don't ever think you can't find something.
We hear you.
But this really is good. I'm a proofy bitch. Okay, I will say that. I'm a proofy bitch. And this Scotch is definitely in my wheelhouse. This particular expression. So that Oban, I can only imagine.
That's it.
And I don't want to set the bar too high on it, but I have that Oban, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I can only imagine. I hope it's half as good.
Now, Richard just looked one up, a Lagavulin 12, but it didn't have the line on it. Is that got to have the line, right?
Yep, because this is cask strength, 56.6, I think is the ABV.
If it looks like this, for example, I mean, it's probably the same thing. It's just an old dusty.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
I don't know if it's available, but
All right. Lagavulin 12 cask strength is what we're looking for. 2021.
Yeah. It's the only. There's only one Lagavulin 12 in the U.S. It's just that every year's release is a little different. These old green boxes were all great. There was one, the 2019, that I found a little less than great, but in general, I mean, they're all great. And the one that just came out this year is getting rave reviews. So
$2,443.
No, we're not going for that one.
Well, you never know, Doug. No, or Fred, you never know. Don't say you're not going to go for it. But the 2021 release, that is it.
we'll be on the lookout.
yeah, they did get to around $200 for a while there with the tariffs on a couple, like the 2020 release.
Hey, Zach, don't pay it.
A few places did want 200.
Don't pay it.
Oh wait,
Okay, I found one on
what the heck? 2,500. Are you sure you're not looking at the 26-year-old, Zach?
That's what I was going to say, because the 25 or 26-year-old special release is $19.99 here.
That's a crazy deal.
$19
That's actually a crazy deal for the States.
Hello.
I'm still not buying it, but it's a crazy deal.
It is.
Oh yeah. We're here.
Yeah, I mean, Mike has been picking up old dusty Lagavulin 12 secondary for like $250. I mean, 2,500 is insane.
It is. If that's what it's. Okay. Yeah. I say the 26 here is about 19. So if you really wanted to drop that kind of coin, I could still fly out to you, drop it off, and you'd be way ahead.
Okay, Zach just says the 26.
Yeah.
The retail on the 26 in the U.S. is 2,400. So this guy up here has got a crazy, crazy good deal. Where his
I got
local
it
shop,
for $19.99 right now.
Yeah, but that said, if you've got $2,200 or something to spend on whiskey, go find yourself a dusty 25-year-old and pay secondary for it. The 25 is going to be way better.
I'm looking at Fred.
That 25 was magical.
Couple of it right now.
Well, I will tell you, this 12-year-old 2021 release, 2021. I don't know why I cannot say 2021.
The year's over. It's time to put it out of its misery.
I guess so, but this is good. This is a good drop. Right
Now, how did you pick that up? How were you able to grab that? You were just in a store.
I walked into the store and I pointed and I said that one.
Huh.
Yeah, it shouldn't be super hard to get. They're not
Right now. They're not.
It
I
shouldn't be
mean,
super hard.
the supply is dwindling.
Yeah, that shut it down.
So we definitely, like I say, I'll send Doug out on the hunt. So he's the one
That's
that
right.
wakes. He's the one that wakes up at 5 o'clock in the morning and goes stand in line before the stores open, and he's the one that does that.
That's
But
right.
I'll send him out to go get it.
Tell
But
him.
yeah,
Look,
we'll definitely be on the hunt.
hey, Fred, tell him. I'll give you a C note. Go ahead. Yes,
Yes, that's right. That's what That's what we do. Go get it, Doug. That's what I do. Tell him to go fetch it.
Everybody has a specialty. His is getting up at the butt crack of dawn and
That's it.
being there with his coffee and waiting.
That's what he does. Like I say it's Friday at Fred's with Doug. It's really Friday at Fred's because of Doug.
Yeah.
That's the real, thing on it.
So Charles? What is that you got there? What, Dustin? What's Charles got?
Charles has got a 15-year Bellevue cast strength, which is peated Edgedower, which is a small distillery owned by Signatory, who do a lot of independent bottlings. And Charles is a big fan of the Edgedower and the Bellevue stuff, and he knows I am not the biggest fan of it, so he likes to tell me about his bottles.
Hey, we all said taste is subjective, and if you like it, you drink it. Period.
Absolutely. That said, I haven't had a lot of Bellevue. I've only had a 10-year Bellevue, and I couldn't even tell you what it tastes like.
Can come if you want.
All right, that sounds great.
He's a Bellevue
All right, sounds great.
26-year-old.
All right, see y'all. All right, Brendan. Bye.
Man, this Lagavulin is 12-year-old is really good.
On their way.
This cast strength, Fred. I'm telling you, Fred.
I'm going to send
think
Doug out
it'd be
for
you
it.
and
He's
Doug
going to go get it.
wheelhouse. I think it would be in you and Doug's wheelhouse because it has some spice on the finish, but not what you would think. And the smoke is an excellent complimentary little aside to the sweetness, the fruit, and it's still going on. It's still going on after the fact. So it's definitely not a short or medium finish. I'm saying medium to long finish, if not long, right now. And like I said, I'm still working on it. And this is a neck pour. This is a neck pour. So, you guys poured two and, one for that guy in the back because you definitely have to try it.
All right, so wait a minute.
minute.
I got a question. Is the neck pour real or not real?
I don't believe it. Some people swear to it, but if you take the bottle and you turn it upside down and then turned it back, is it still a neck pour?
As the ABV drops on the whiskey, it changes, and it's going to slowly lose alcohol as it's open and there's more oxygen in there, and the vapors get up there. It's going to change over time as it's open.
That I give Dustin, but the neck pours. If you're going to spend, let's just say, $100 on a bottle, it better not make an effing difference.
Well,
yeah, I mean, some whiskeys get so much better when they're open for a while, though. It's like,
and that is absolutely true. There is no denying that. I don't think anyone that's on this stream right now or in the chat would argue that says no. And I will say this. I have a Wilderness Trail that I did my very first review on back April, May of this past year. And on another stream, somebody mentioned it. So I timed out, went and got it, dug it off on my shelf and brought it out. And it probably was 5 or 6 months before I had touched it. It was a maraschino cherry frickin' bomb. And it still is. And I have, like that much in the bottle. And you can still see the barrel char floating around in it. It is friggin' phenomenal.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. And so, that being said, yes, air does help it, in the bottle a little bit, and it opens up, particularly in the glass.
You see where Marty just answered, huh?
I'm sorry, Doug. Go ahead.
I said Marty just answered your chat, huh?
Oh, yay,
Marty from Whiskey Knows.
Yeah. Well, when he can, he's got the link. He can pop on and continue this party.
Marty?
I just went looking to see if there ever was a Balvenie that was age stated at 22 years old. And the only one that came up in my search is one of like the most highly sought after unicorn bottles that exists.
Well, he was on a cruise.
Yeah, I was on a cruise.
Adriana, I agree with you.
It doesn't actually say 22 on it.
Very subjective. It's up to the person how they would talk about their neck pour. Me, it's like, I'm skeptical. But I do believe once you drink whatever you got down past the shoulder and give it some time, go back and revisit it before you make your final judgment on a Scotch or a bourbon. And I'm going to go back to the Disco 5 because people have asked me about that. I will go back to the Disco 5. But that being said, everybody knows I wasn't a fan of the Disco 5. But I will go back to it because I haven't touched it since I got it in July. And I wanted to run my tongue across the carpet before I drank it again. But I drank it to the shoulder, and it was a fight. So we're going to see one of these days if that Dickel juice crap has got. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud? I apologize.
All right.
It might have 17-year-old Dickel juice in it, but it is fucking shit. Okay, I said it. It's shit. And I was so disappointed. So disappointed because I loved every expression prior. So I'm not running out to get the 6 when it actually shows up here in Vegas. I have to try it first. So if any of you guys on here now get a Disco 6, when you're out here in Vegas, you got to hand deliver me a sample.
We can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, we're gonna hop off. If I don't know how to hop off, if you can just bounce us off, I don't know how to do
trust
that.
me. I will throw you out like
throw us out of here, throw us out. But we got some eating to do, some talk, some chatting to do, and everything. But look, guys,
do you see how they are, Dustin?
Thanks for having us on, Anthony.
Dustin.
Hey, just so you know, Friday at Fred's doesn't need an invitation on Bourbon Neophyte. Period.
We loved it, man. We learned a lot. Guys. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yep.
Thank you much, man.
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Anthony.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you much.
Cheers.
And now we just got to get Whiskey Nose to hop on.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
I am very happy with this 12.
Oh, I thought you would be, man. It's a beautiful whiskey.
Oh, my gosh. You were right. Pop
beautiful whiskey.
This is the proof on this is phenomenal. The viscosity is phenomenal on this.
Yeah, it's exactly what you need.
That 56 to me is like, holy smokes, that's a new world. It's a new world. 46 I thought was, wow, this is great. But when I got up to this 56, oh my, cask strength, shit. This is
I told you, I mean, it's like the Elijah Craig barrel proof Scotch, This is that one that just takes you to that next level. You're like, oh, wow. Okay. This is good.
The peat in here, you do taste it. But in my opinion, it's very subdued. Very subdued. And
the finish for me is all peat. I mean, it's just beautiful mixture of smoke and earth and soot, and that's what gives it this long, nice finish.
I don't even get, what's funny? I don't get that. I don't get that out of the expression that, the ashiness, the soot. It's just, it is just a flavor bomb. It truly is.
It's more like,
I wish I could pick out more of the notes.
It's more like barbecue. It's more like barbecue.
Okay, so since you said that, it's like
wood.
It's like a piece of barbecue that you can't put down. but that smokiness comes back. But it's not to the point to where you go, God, I wish it would go away. It's not there.
I want to stay forever. I like sit down, relax, and leave the smoke here for all night. And it's just beautiful.
This is good. I don't know how to say this. This is absolutely good.
It's like you're outside.
You're off work. Get yourself something. Join in the chat here for a little bit.
Yeah, Scott, hop on, man.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for my wife's medication to arrive before we go to dinner. So, hey, come on.
So what time is it? You're like 4:30 over there?
I'm 4:38. So where do you, almost 8 o'clock?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you came on about an hour before I finished working, so I kind of watched your first hour just kind of in the chat. And then I looked at my emails and I went through them and I said, I think I'm pretty much done. I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, I was actually going to send you a text. It's funny you should popped on, but I was going to send you a text and saying, hey, FYI, out of the blue, Marty's got a snow day. I'm going to go on, and I'm drinking scotch. So I figured that would set the hook for you.
Hey, man, always fun to drink. Always fun. Yeah, I was yes. No, I actually just got a text like right before this. You went live that I'm not going to drink tomorrow with Mike and those guys. Something came up, so I was like, well, cool. I don't have to go out and.
So you can hardly see, but she's going to have to stand up and get in. But that's the wife who picks my bourbon.
I think he has to trade hats because he's the blessed one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, everybody, all of his old college friends say that to him. They say, hey, how come you haven't killed him by now? I said, by the strength of God.
That's right.
Medicine's here.
Okay. And she's the one I call Dr. Honey anyway, so, But I'm going to have just a smidge more, and then I'm going to roll because she said the med's here. But this, Dustin, you were 110% correct.
Beautiful whiskey.
Pop that thing. Do not waste it. Pop it. And I'm going to have just a little bit more because she's going to drive. So anyway, this thing.
It's such a nice whiskey.
Let me get it closer in case Doug and Fred are still watching. This is what the bottle will look like. And it is. I have to say it's exceptional. This 56 ABV, let me just get it right. 56.5 ABV. Let me get closer. It is freaking good. So everybody can hear that. This is good. Again, just a taste. Just a taste.
Doug H is already drunk, man. Look at this guy. He's over here deleting Scott Paisley's chats. Come on, Doug.
Let me go back here. I can't see.
Oh, it's just the last comment. He just apologized for it. So,
well, you know what? Some people aren't perfect, and we already know Doug isn't because he'd be the first person to say that. So it's all right.
No, definitely nobody's perfect. We all have our mistakes.
Doug, I got to know.
There he goes. Drinking way too much.
Possible? Is that truly possible?
Well, when you can't feel feelings and you wake up the next morning going, "What did I do last night?" You probably had one.
Maybe just a tad, right, Dustin? Just a tad.
Yeah, last time I was on Livewire the next morning, I wasn't exactly sure how the night ended on Livewire.
It was good. I was there. It was good. Trust me. You did nothing that I haven't done twice before.
I woke up the next morning and I was like,
"Oh shit!"
And I went out here and I'm like, "Okay." Computer doesn't seem like it was properly set off like it should have.
Exactly. The room looks a little disheveled.
Well, no, then I had like a bump on my elbow, like as if I kind of like slid and did caught myself with an elbow. Like it wasn't anything bad. It was just like a little bit of it was a little bump, a little bit of a little mark, and I'm like, and I'm sitting there. I looked around. And I did like the whole like pat down, like all right, I didn't like. And I'm like, I can't do that whole bottle chugging with those crazy kids.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that gets you in trouble every time. But
every time.
I woke up more than early enough for work, and got water in me, got some coffee, and the first hour of work wasn't the most pleasant of my life, but I think it was a meeting I just had to listen to.
Exactly.
I didn't have to actually start working until like the second hour of the day, so I just had to be alert enough to hear what was going on and check some emails. So I finished. I met all those standards.
I'm looking for something I want to show you and see what you think if I could find it. But, so I said earlier, Whiskey Lovers Society is doing some budget bourbons. And, hold on, let me find it here. Here we go. It's coming. I'm interested in trying this because I hear, I don't want to say mixed reviews, but mostly good reviews on their basic expression right here.
Yeah, no, I've always enjoyed that one. It's not one I buy anymore, but nothing wrong with that one at all.
Exactly. And
good
that's what
sweetness, easy drinker, good quality whiskey. Again, it's one, if I still had it around, I'd drink it. It's one I just never think of picking up again.
You wouldn't dump it down the drain or wait for somebody to come over and say, oh, yeah, you got to try this.
No. It's one of those whiskeys that you have after you've had a couple drinks and you just want to have something nice, fun, it's got a good flavor. It's good whiskey. Or it's the first whiskey of the night where you just want to kind of gently ease yourself in. If you want something, reasonable, not too hot, it's good for that.
But anyway, so I was thinking about throwing that on the shelf and a few others, but he was impressed by it. He said it had good flavor, good mouthfeel. The fruit notes and so on and so forth were excellent at the price point. And he said it's just a good all-around Scotch. And that's all my opinion, watching his review.
No, I think you'll like it. It's one I recommend to bourbon drinkers wanting to transition over to Scotch. It's one of the first ones I would recommend anybody try. It's just good.
Well,
good whiskey.
This one I bought strictly because I wanted to try it, and I am not.
That one's so cheap. I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, less than $40. Let's say $40 would be with tax and everything out the door. This has been. I was drinking it last night. It is a nice after work. This is what I call it. Nice after work. You just want to sit down, have one drink, 2 fingers, check your email, do a few things, and call it a night. Damn. Non-chill filtered, no color added. This is good for the money.
Yeah.
This is good for the money. 12-year-old, hey, you can't go wrong. That's just me.
Oh, I mean, you pick up one of the 18-year-olds because they're not super expensive either, and they're another.
No, $80 maybe.
Yeah, maybe $80.
Yeah. So I'm thinking about, not thinking about it. It's on my list of other things, but I want to get I want to get the 2021 Distillers Edition Lagavulin.
You will enjoy that. It's going to be more fruity, more sweet, more chocolate than the 16.
I was just, as soon as you said chocolate, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Is that what's in this 12-year-old?
Probably not.
No, I don't think that's it.
Because there's no sherry on this. This is all bourbon.
Yeah. Well, this one is like I said, I am so glad I opened this. I was going to wait for something else, but
I was like, no, you need to open that because you might like it and you might need to go pick up another bottle.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. So when Doug and Fred actually get to try it, oh my gosh, I know their right foot's going to tap and they're going to go, holy shit.
Well, they're definitely going to enjoy this. I mean, again, it's just
let me just say, I don't know their palate, but listening to those guys, they're wonderful guys. They're great people. I'm going to say absolutely they would like this particular expression. I think they would like what you have.
Well, they like Lagavulin 16s. They're going to like this.
Exactly. Well, I know absolutely Doug loves Lagavulin 16.
It's that simple. If you like Lagavulin, I mean, again, the worst thing about Lagavulin is stuff like this, which this is the best that's ever been put out, but you can't get this in the States. It's depressing.
Yeah.
This was near $400 for me to get this. Not quite, but it was close to it. And that just sucks. There's no other way to mince words. It sucks. Because they put out special releases every year that are really good, and we have to pay an arm and a leg to get them.
Mm-hmm.
Not even want to get into what Mike has paid for some of his. I mean, it's just astronomical.
This Lagavulin 12 special edition, the limited release, and the cast strength is wonderful. It's wonderful. I mean it. It is wonderful. I am so glad I opened it. It's probably ruined me for the rest of the night. But
hey,
that's
just
okay.
More in the Lagavulin.
I'm going to go to dinner here shortly, but holy smokes. This, how do I say this?
Oh, we got Sugar Kitty in the house.
I'm so glad I went down this rabbit hole. It has not been a disappointment so far. It has not been a disappointment.
Now, you want the secret to drinking new whiskey after heavy peat like this. It's to go to a heavy first fill sherry whiskey. That's
first fill sherry whiskey. I don't think I have anything. So I might have to get a Scotch or something like that has that.
Yeah,
cleanse the palate.
Yeah, you might.
Quality's not. Glenlivet 12 or the 14.
No, those aren't sherry. No, I mean, you might be able to look into those.
I thought the first fill Glenlivet was sherry.
Okay, that would actually do it. Then if it's the sherry one.
Okay, I'll have to look, but
yeah, that one would do it for you. Abuna is another pretty decent heavy sherry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me just pause right here 1 second. Sugar Kitty, it's your fault. Just so you see here, Sugar Kitty, it is your fault, and it's absolutely friggin' delicious.
You done good, Kitty.
See the kitty? See the kitty? Nice kitty. Nice kitty. But it is so good. I'm on my second pour out of 5. Well, second pour of that. But
over here. Oh, soft kitty, warm kitty. Just petting a lion.
Okay. Well, all right. I didn't think about that. What Charles said.
Yeah, Edgedower is, but it's not the sherry I'm thinking about. The rabbit hole you need to go down are the single cask Cavalons. Oh my goodness.
Repeat that one more time, Dustin.
Cask strength Cavalons. I will
shoot me the in a text or something. Shoot me that.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull something up here for you.
Okay.
I'm saying the thing is, you really want, if you can do it, you want store picks because oh my god, they're so cheap comparatively. Because you end up spending some money if you aren't buying their traditional stuff gets pretty pricey. But if you can find a store pick, oof, man, they're good. And my go-to place does not have anything of any kind of no value options right now.
Oh shit, Sugar Kitty! I'm gonna tell you what. Dustin's the one that put my arm behind my back and forced me to crack it. And damn, I did say honey. vanilla, and I can't quite figure out what is in between there, but it's definitely fruit, pear. I don't know, plum, fig. I don't know, but this is not a disappointment. I just told Friday at Fred's, tomorrow morning they need to get up and go on the hunt for this. You were so right. So right. Anyway, I should never doubt the kitty.
I mean, I doubt all cats because, they're selfish and full of themselves. But Sugar Kitty's a little different.
Well, Sugar Kitty won't disagree with you. No, not on that. Not about that. But I got the honey. I got the vanilla. Damn it, I just can't. It pear, like I said, I'm not sure on all the notes in honey, or in this Scotch. But it's like, man, it's good.
Yeah, leave a little bit of whiskey in the glass, put a little stopper on it, and smell it after dinner.
Ta-da! I got the stopper. Yeah, exactly what I was going to do on this second glass.
And see if you get it. I mean, the 16 will do it more, but I think you'll get that smoked peach at the
end. Bourbon, it isn't junk. I swear. It isn't junk. It is freaking phenomenal. You might want to run your tongue across a freaking garage floor to try to get the taste off, but I don't think the smoke and the peat is, or one and the same, but is overbearing anyway, in any way. But you thought this was horrid, the Offerman edition, and you said nothing but iodine and Band-Aids on it. And I don't get that. And I know what you're talking about. But until you really break that cherry and get that understanding, it might be a minute for you.
Ben's having nothing to do with it.
See, Band-Aids and hate.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Anthony's enjoying this more than we enjoyed Jim's face after that event on Scotch Down Under. Wait, Ben, do you mean all Lagavulin or just the Offerman version, or the Lagavulin 12?
Yeah, I don't know where he's getting hot garbage, particularly this Lions batch at 56.5 ABV is really good.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see the Band-Aid comment on the 12. That's a little, that's more of like a Lafroig note, that plastic medicinal stuff.
Well, I don't know where he's getting it. Ben, well, next time I'm in New York, I can hand deliver you something. Just call me. Let me know what you need. And next time I'm in the Big Apple, I have no problem in hand delivering you something. I mean, I will show up on your doorstep with a box of goodness.
There's probably not too much Ben can't get a hold of being in that area.
Well, that's true. He can't. I saw his recent video. So I was like, oh, hey, there's some.
Yeah, he found a couple. He did find like the limited edition stuff.
Dude, don't hold your breath. Just tell me. Call me. Here. The phone's here. Fucking ring it. Next time I'm there, I'll drop it off.
I ain't spending money.
Knock on your door. Yeah, I have no problem with it. What do you want? Do you want to try this?
Ben, things are getting worse everywhere, buddy.
Do you want to try it?
It's unbelievable how fast stuff sells out everywhere.
It is. It is, Ben. You're right.
Oh, so they've all gone to, that's.
Oh, shit. Why am I grabbing an empty glass? That doesn't.
Yeah, the stores around me that haven't gone secondary, like getting bottles has just become insane. It's not a thing. It's like, oh, sign up online for our stupid lottery system that you and everybody else can sign up for.
Oh, that's right. You're in Ohio. I forgot.
Well, Ohio and Kentucky stores are doing it too now.
Look, old Granddad 114 is becoming freaking hard to find. 114 old Granddad.
We only recently got that in Ohio, like about 2 years ago. No, I mean, Ohio is actually worse because there is no finding something on a store shelf anymore unless it's like a Weller, or you're there like the day they get deliveries. People are camping in line every day. It's insane.
That's insane, Bourbon.
Yeah, we have the point systems I like, wow. But it's getting to where the point stores get so few bottles that it's like, oh, great, I've got all these points, I can't use them. And then the secondary stores are now like tertiary stores. They're like secondary plus 25%.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then the stores that are big boxes and they don't do, secondary and they don't do points. It's online lotteries, all of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't want anything to do with the taters.
Well, I will tell you, when Doug finds this particular bottle of the Lagavulin, I really mean it. He is going to be like, holy shit. He is going to like this.
And again, Lagavulin 12 has just never been a bottle that has done poorly. I mean, it's one of the gold standards. Again, it's the Elijah Craig barrel proof of peated whiskey.
Yeah, and this is really good, particularly at 56.6 ABV. Yep. Yeah, this is it.
7.8.
I am so surprised. I'm thinking about the Laphroaig 10, but now it's like, I don't think so.
Now you want the Laphroaig 10 cast strength.
Okay.
The Laphroaig 10 cast strength is the one you want to look for. If your prices on Lure are good, I would get that one too. But Lure's going to get pricey. Lure, Lore.
Okay, that's what distillery is that?
Laphroaig.
Okay, I wasn't thinking that one. All right.
It's really good, but the problem is it's gone up in price. In some places, it's rough.
Well, the sweetness on this Lion's Fire from Lagavulin is just amazing right now. It just pops back all of a sudden. It's like, man, pow.
Charles is asking if I almost finished the new bottle I just opened, and I'm like, no, this is the bottle that it's almost dead. The Jazz is at a very nice, proper
third of the way. Yeah,
third.
Oh, not even a third.
Almost a third of the way to the.
Yeah, you don't have it quite to the neck yet.
I haven't even gotten to this part. I mean, it's up here.
Yeah, I see that now.
Yeah. Now this bottle's not getting crushed anytime soon. You got to give Lagavulin time for it to really develop in the bottle.
Well, you got to choke it down to at least that shoulder, and then leave it set for a few.
Yeah, I was going to drink it with Mike and guys tomorrow, but we'll do it next weekend.
Is Mike coming up, or are you going up there?
I was going to go up there, but we always get together up at his place. He's got a good setup for it. We were going to have a few other people over. We were going to have Keith from Malted Man Cave, and then I think Jason from Ash and Drum was coming, but apparently Mike had something come up, so.
Sugar Kitty, you just cannot help it. You are so popular.
What's the other stream going on there, Sugar Kitty?
I don't know who's on. I don't have another screen up looking at that because normally, like I said, I'm just filling in on a whim for Whiskey Knows. And like I said, I'm going to head out here just in the next 5 minutes for dinner because my wife's got something to do for 7 o'clock. So I want to get out there, get something to eat, come back, and then see. Bourbon Wrench. Thanks, Doug. Sorry, Trev. Forgot it's Friday night and I'm impeding on you, but
I can never remember what time.
Minutes. Dustin and I are enjoying our drop here. So
yeah, no, I can never remember what time he goes live. I don't know. Maybe I don't think he ever changes it. I just always forget.
Are you pouring the same thing again?
Yeah, I don't have anything else proper right sitting next to me, so I'm just adding a little.
Well, you know what?
Top off.
To truly understand it, you need to have a couple of pours and sit with it and think about it, and then when you do your review, you're confident in what you say.
Exactly. Oh, Charles. I think Keith is off the bourbon Scotch buying market for a little bit. He just picked up like a 30-something-year-old Mortlock independent bottle. So I'm excited to try that with him next time we get together. But I think that set him back a pretty penny.
Well, I bet it did.
And Keith's wife does not like his whiskey spending, so suffice it to say, I'm pretty sure that was his one bottle for a while that he lets her know about. And I'm sure that was one he had to let her know about.
Wow. This is just sweetness in a glass. This Lagavulin 12, the special release, is just sweetness in a glass. And I know I've said it already, but the smokiness, the peat, is an excellent compliment to this spirit.
And one of the things I've discovered over the years is there's a viewpoint that, peated whiskey loses the peat as it gets older. And
bourbon flattery gets you nowhere, just so you know.
Yeah, Ben, I do hope you are feeling better. I know you had a couple drinks the other day with Scotch Down Unders. Hopefully that didn't disagree with you.
Yeah, I really do. I hope you're okay. And just because of you, I will get that shot, but not right now. But I am going to get it because it was already recommended by my doctor.
Yeah, I think I always say this. The idea of vaccinations, I always support and agree with. The process of going and scheduling an appointment with a doctor to get a needle, something stuck in my arm, just doesn't appeal to me very much.
Oh, no, never does. Particularly the vax for everything else. Yeah. I mean, I got my booster. I'm vaxxed. I'm fully vaxxed because I don't want to bring anything home to my wife. But not to go off on a political tangent, but it doesn't mean you're not going to get it. Doesn't mean that you won't come out, because I'm delivering food to friends who are fully vaxxed and have gotten stuff. And so I just delivered it today because they can't get out. It's what you do.
Yeah, no, it reduces your chance. It reduces your chance of getting it, and it reduces your chance of spreading it if you do get it. And it improves your chances of having a mild case. That's what vaccines have always done. I don't understand the confusion that came about, but whatever. I don't want to get into all that. It's a topic that I don't think people on either side want to really change their opinions on. And so at that point, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of these days we'll get to it. We'll get a politician back in office who knows how to speak to people like people and not create this divide. But so far we got 500 congressmen plus senators and the president. They all suck at it. So 0 for 537. We'll find somebody.
Well, let me just say this. I am so glad you twisted my arm to open that bottle.
Well, I saw you drinking all the Lagavulins, and I'm like, dude, you've got to end the night on the 12. That is...
Well, right now, I'm in hog heaven. Hog heaven. This is good. Thank goodness my wife is driving after 5 different pours. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. And Sugar Kitty was absolutely right to pull the trigger on this. I have to give him credit where credit is due. Oh my God.
I always tell people I overate the other day, man, and I felt sick to my stomach for like 2 hours. I was miserable. I can't imagine somebody who's like acting like, I don't care if I get the flu. Like, dude, the flu is supposed to suck. I don't want to be sick. Not for a minute, not for a day, not for an hour. Forget this whole dying thing. I just don't want to be sick.
The malt note on this is fabulous.
Yeah, that's really what Lagavulin does so well is it brings in that sweetness.
Yes.
And it complements the peat so well. And that's what makes Lagavulin so great is the balance. And I think the reason why you don't notice that this is super peaty is, again, balance. There's so much else going on.
And Ben, you're absolutely right. This is what happens when you snooze on Bourbon Neophyte. You snooze, you lose. So here it is. And I will show you because you know which one it is. You know which one it is. But, oh my gosh, Ben Demon Hunter. This is like delicious.
Is everybody watching named Ben now at this point?
What's that?
So is everybody watching Ben now? We got Demon Hunter, we got Bourbon. I guess I'm not sure.
They're hooked on what Bourbon has to say because they want to make sure he's okay, and which is absolutely
number one, most important thing. Most important thing is everybody's health. You can't drink whiskey if you're not healthy enough to drink it.
Exactly. Gosh, but this is just so good.
Yeah, it is. I will say this though. What's kind of been fun doing this is, so this Jazz Fest is only 13 years old, but you can tell it's older. You can tell this has got a little more age to it. It's not old by any means, but it's got a little more age, and it's kind of fun to kind of go back to the 12 to kind of set. Like, okay. Oh, Ben had an old school version of it, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. All right, people. Well, I'm going to finish my last drop here with you all, and I'm going to call it on the stream here at almost 2 hours and 50 minutes. Dustin, really, it's always a pleasure to have you on there, particularly when you're drinking a Lagavulin and one that I don't have. But someone with your palate that knows these notes and can lead somebody new like me down the right path, and everybody else that's here, as far as I'm concerned, this was a great stream as far as being an impromptu. And I'm glad to have you on. I'm glad to have Friday at Fred's on. Glad to have Mr. Whiskey Shits on. And Ben in chat, Ben Demon Hunter, Bourbon, Sugar Kitty, Charles. It's always great, Scott, to have you guys here. I enjoy it. I enjoy our time together. It's wonderful. Sugar Kitty, and let me just say, he is always a great insight when it comes to drams like this. Zach, appreciate it. Adriana, Whiskey Knows. Bourbon Baller. There's probably a few others I've forgotten, and I apologize, but it's just off the top of my head. But thank you for joining. I'm always happy to have you guys here, and I'm really happy doing chat with you about these drops that we have, and like I said, to have Dustin's palate, because if you don't know, and I'm sure you guys do, but he has a great palate, and he has guided me through my not only bourbon but Scotch journey, and now I'm really into Scotch, and I know that's his wheelhouse, and it's nice to have somebody to help me pick this stuff out, because you just don't get this right away. You have to experience it. You have to have somebody guide you. I don't care what anybody says, unless you have one of those stupid, what are those wheels called, Dustin?
Yeah, Yeah, the tasting wheel or
the tasting wheel. Is it a tasting wheel flavor? Whatever.
Flavor, yeah, what is one of those?
I don't need that. I have people like Dustin that I can just boom. Hey, I'm doing a Lefroy. I'm doing an Ardbeg. I'm doing whatever. You got time? Pop on. Help me through this journey. And that's what's one of the other things that are great about this community, particularly like Whiskey Knows, who I'm just kind of just filling in some dead time for. And they're great people that just want to sit, talk about whiskey in general, and have a good time doing it. So let me raise my glass to Dustin and to all of those of you in chat and say, really, thank you for popping on. Thank you for being here. And hey, I look forward to seeing you guys on Sunday whenever I do my normal stream. So cheers, everybody. Dustin.
Cheers, buddy.
Thanks, brother. I'll be talking at you.
Yeah, and Sugar Kitty, I want to ride on your magic carpet.
Exactly. Cheers, Doug. Always great to have Fridays at Fred's. Thanks, everybody.